Greetings, beautiful nerds. Welcome to this brand new mini-series, The Shadows of Ashcaleen, set once again in the world of Odromia. Today, we are going to once again be following our three amazing and mysterious original characters as they explore the world and begin to delve deep into the seemingly never-ending secrets of Ashcaleen. But who better to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast? Starting with I Sneeze!
Hi everybody, I'm Jessica. I also go by I Sneeze Stars online and places like TikTok and Instagram. And I run my own Twitch channel where I DM some games as well called DanDyDM. And I will be playing Alindra Shadowgast, the party's warlock.
I love the sort of pause in there when you said warlock.
I'm like, how am I gonna? Okay, it's a warlock.
Hi, my name is Wingle the Wizard. I also go by M. You can find me on TikTok at Wingle the Wizard. I'm also on World Tree Quest's channel on Wednesdays in their Into the Sky campaign. I'm playing Dr. Manovel, a Mind Flare Eloquence Bard.
Hi everyone, I am the Hug Bandit, also known as Rachel. You can find me on TikTok where I post very sporadically. I am playing Kalisa Crazedon Umadasen, who is our barbarian. I almost said bard.
Not a bard.
A barbarian.
A barbarian. Who knows? Multi-classing happens.
It could happen. Who knows?
Yeah. And of course, as always, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and on all the other socials, including Threads, which is a thing that is happening right now. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please consider going back to watching some of the other episodes, adventures, and content contained within, and maybe give us a follow. No pressure. And now that we have got our introductions out of the way, let us once again delve once more into the shadows of Ashcaleen. The boat, the sky skiff, is inching slowly forward through the partial opening of the door as Dr. Manovel has just pushed the door open, revealing himself as Dr. Alan Manovel, the presenting human, slightly odd looking, to the company that waits them outside. As you glance outside, you see this detachment of vampire Red Guard, led by this vampiric captain, holding in tow these two, what could only be seen or considered to be blood-starved vampires. Behind them, in the rear, are two what look to be nobles, freshly turned. As you see this array in front of you, the captain says, "I thought I smelled something different." And is at that moment, Dr. Manovel, where you, whether it is through fear or, the need to maybe perhaps cow this enemy, this potential threat, you remove your disguise, revealing, and I will let you describe it,
Purple head with speckles of black and white. Older, he's 6 feet tall. You can see a sack where the back of his head should be as it comes forward, with eyes on right about here, red, with goggles that hang right above them with purple tentacles. The illithid Dr. Manovel. Also, very sexy outfit though. Like really, really nice suit. Like it's clean. Like he looks good.
Yeah, chic dentist.
Big time. Yeah. Chic dentist chic. That's what I'm going for.
Dentist drip. We'll say it. It's dentist drip.
Drip. Yes. Okay.
Dr. Daddy's dentist drip.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just about to say.
Talk
Daddy
about alliteration.
Doctor?
All right. Before we get to the vampires and what their reaction is, what are Alindra's and Kalisa's reaction to this revelation?
Kalisa kind of leans forward and goes, "Doctor, did you change something? Perhaps your hair?" And that's it.
And you just hear, "Oh, well, that's interesting." And that's literally just Elindra is just like, that's curious.
Kalisa, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
Why?
It's not for Kalisa.
Oh no! That's
And for Kitty?
Kitty. I rolled a 15 with my +4 modifier.
Okay.
So I feel like I did pretty good this time. Starting off
Kalisa,
strong.
Kitty, who is still perched right on your left shoulder, is visibly in distress. Keeping it together, but is doing that thing where cats will go up and their middle portion of their body is just like as they are staring daggers into the back of Dr. Manavel.
Okay, now I am feeling very big feelings. I am very alarmed. Do I have enough insight to know if it's like Kitty is afraid of the doctor or?
I'll just say, just because you've spent a goodly amount of time with Kitty, just traveling, you've seen their reactions to things that potentially you would find frightening or threatening. Mm-hmm. And Kitty is not necessarily afraid, but they are feeling threatened.
Okay. So now I am kind of readying myself even more, trying to figure out if our good doctor is friend or foe. Because I rely so heavily on Kitty to lead me.
Elindra, give me a perception check.
My perception. 12.
12. As you, knowing that there is a potential threat outside of this stable, you're not entirely sure whether it's that the kitten is afraid of. You're also seeing Kalisa's reaction. You see Dr. Manavel's transformation. And the thing that sort of breaks you out of sort of the, oh, well, that's interesting, is seeing Diggory. Diggory is terrified. Once, a few minutes ago, this kindly, older gentleman, scientist, potentially doctor, was helping him mend his ship. And then suddenly, this person who has been helping him has transformed into something that looks like it could haunt someone's nightmares.
Oh no.
I'll reach a hand out and kind of put it on his back.
Okay.
And be like, no one will hurt you. And that is still the same doctor that was just helping you and is going to help you. Deep breaths.
Give me a persuasion check.
Alindra.
Ooh, okay. We're doing great. I rolled a 19. And then I add 5 to that.
Oh,
so
24. Brilliant. Okay. Well done.
I will say that
whether it's just the comforting warmth of your touch on the back of his neck, or if it's just your kind words, just reassuring, Diggory just looks up at you, looks at Dr. Manavel, then looks at Kalisa, looks at the kitty, and it like stomps his foot on the ground and tries to you can see it is a mental feat that he's doing right now, trying to quell his fears. And he looks to just take a deep breath and just pull himself together, hands still white knuckling the tiller of the sky skiff. And he's like, whew. Okay, I can do this.
Good boy.
Now for the vampires, unless anyone else has anything that they would like to.
I think that seeing that Kitty is very upset and threatened is going to send me immediately into rage mode. Which is not good. That is my kryptonite is Kitty's reaction.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
So, I'm already in rage mode. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I have been able to do something? Or is it too late now? Because Dr. Manavel
has changed
Mm-hmm.
and is still focused very much on the vampires. Not necessarily because they are the immediate threat. He's not thinking anything about He doesn't even see what's going on behind it.
Yeah, but he probably knows. Most people scream when they see me.
At this point,
There's a threat. There's a threat. I got it.
The captain has actually pause for a second. You're going into rage mode.
My cat's upset. I'm so sorry.
You're going into rage mode.
No, do it.
Going into rage.
No. I'm not questioning it. I'm more so trying to think if that triggers.
Kitty. Did we trigger each other? Is this a chain reaction?
You guys just trigger each other. Oh my god, I love that.
I think it should happen that way. I'm voting yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. Because of Kitty's reaction and because of things that we've already talked about out of game, Kalisa has gone into rage mode. I'm going to say that I need everyone to roll for initiative.
That's valid.
Hey,
because I didn't want to gloss over. I didn't want to gloss over the going into rage. Rage definitely is going to be something that triggers it.
Yeah.
Where they rage to is another question.
Yep. I'm very scared.
Okay.
It's okay. Are you about to just haul off and punch me in the face? Is that what's about to happen?
Actually, Kalisa, as a component of the rage, I would like you to give me a straight intelligence check.
Oh, snap. Is that using my band?
No.
Okay, good. So it's a 12.
On a 12. All right. Kalisa, actually, I would like you to describe what your rage looks like.
All of a sudden, I just appeared to get so much bigger. It's like every muscle on my body is just bulging, and there is an intensity in my eyes as I grit my teeth and just let out an ungodly guttural sound. I am seeing red. There is no sense. You can feel that I am just unhinged.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful. Lindra, by the way, immediately kind of places herself between you and Diggory.
Smart.
Okay. And you rolled a 12.
I
So
did.
as that happens, barely making it, Kalisa flies into a rage and suddenly begins to transform. And suddenly, instead of 6 feet, she's now 7 feet tall and much larger. Still perched, not changing in any way their appearance, is the kitty, still on their shoulder, still looking at Dr. Manavel. But for whatever reason, Kalisa is able to sense that there is something else going on, and they're able to parse out what is actually a threat. They don't necessarily believe in this moment that, as far as they know, that Dr. Manavel is coming for them, no matter what Kitty is sensing. Dr. Manavel, actually, I just need everyone to give me their numbers for the initiative roll.
Oh, shoot.
I'm coming in at a strong 4.
Excellent.
I rolled a nat 1.
Perfect.
I rolled really well.
Oh, no.
That's 23.
I got a 15.
I love that I'm in front of you guys. This is going to be so
This is
good.
fantastic. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Shit.
Okay.
Coming in at a strong 4. Oh, God.
We love to see it.
And Diggory does have a D8 inspiration.
Yes, he does.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, this music isn't helping.
It's building. We've got to protect the child and the kitty.
The kitty is about to come kill me, apparently.
Unhinged
I am
laugh.
very scared. I'm in the middle.
Oh my goodness.
Stuck in the middle with you.
All right. Well, apparently we're not messing around now.
Uh-oh.
2, 3, 4. Because now I'm scared for this child. Use one of my very tiny spell slots. Oh no.
Oh, no. I feel unwell.
It's fine. 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 It's fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
It's fine.
We're
It's
doing
fine.
great.
just so you're aware, I have 3 spell slots.
Wait,
Okay.
Did anybody hand me any silver?
Now I'm like, should I just take it from the child?
And give it to the raging barbarian?
Yeah, now I'm kind of scared.
That is up to you.
But can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
I'm like,
I mean, you were in the
did I-
process of handing it to Diggory anyway, and then you didn't. You can
Oh,
just
no,
say
I'm
that you
not
didn't.
Small child.
I'm like, Calissa, take this and don't use it on me. All right? She has a nail file.
It's the closest thing I had.
It's great. No, that's perfect.
It's a
Don't
prop.
use it on me.
I think it's more terrifying that it's a quiet rage than a loud rage. Just the
Dr. Manovel, you were at a 4. Kalisa, you are at what?
I was at a 15.
15. And Alindra, you are at what?
23.
Nice.
I took out my lucky dice tonight. I
There
took
you
out
go.
my llama
I
dice.
did because I need it. I was rolling real bad last time.
Okay. First on the initiative order, though, is none other than the Red Captain.
No.
He rolled a 24. So he stands there looking at Dr. Manovel, sees the ship, and then he begins to see the rest of you as the ship begins to move out of the stable. The ship is still moving. Diggory is still piloting it. It is still moving under its own power. And it is inching out of the stable into the street. And he is going to release the blood-starved. He drops the chains.
Oh, no.
And he draws a sword from its sheath. And he looks back at the royal, freshly turned vampires. Don't worry, I'm about to get you some company. And he
Actually,
looks
really liked how that sounded.
at you, Dr. Manovel, and then he looks. It's almost like he's doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and he's in on you, Doctor. He licks his lips. He's like, "Oh, I've never seen one of you before. Yeah, you're first." And he suddenly drops his physical form and not disappears, but he explodes into a swarm of bats. And then
Oh
the
my-
bats just
Oh.
fly up into the sky. That will complete his turn. Alindra, you are next.
Well, what the fuck? He just turns into bats? He's coming though. Okay, cool. There are 4 vampires all close together, right?
So yes, they are all fairly close together. I would say the captain, 2 blood-starved in front of him. They're about 30 feet away from the front of the boat. So from where you are, because you're in the stern with Diggory, you probably about 50 feet away. You can now see them though. The furthest one away from you would be the vampire nobles, who look to be fairly weak. And I'm only saying this to you because you did actually see them when they were walking through the streets, when they were making their rounds. They look to be fairly weak. These are freshly turned, freshly attacked, freshly turned, newly gifted their vampiric forms. Those are the furthest ones away. Standing behind the captain were two other Red Guard who looked to be of lower rank than him. Still dangerous, but not the captain. They are holding glaives, and the blood-starved look like they have their teeth and claws.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. I have 2 spell slots. How is there enough space to cast a fireball and not get my novel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I cast fireball.
Okay. So tell me what that looks like.
She takes a step away from Diggory, a couple steps away from Diggory, and this blue-white flame begins to just kind of crawl up almost all of her clothing, everything. Her hair begins to almost look like it's lighting up, and with a big extended like wave like this, it sparks, and then this massive just like whoosh of fire comes out, and she sends it directly at the vampires, and it just goes in this big like white light.
So for you to picture, they're in a diamond shape. The captain was in the center, but he is currently up in the sky, so he is not hit by the fireball. But everybody else in that, I believe, needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, and it is it's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. Okay. And what is the dex save on that?
The dex save is 17.
17.
I like that smile.
Oh no, you should like it. You should.
Okay, good.
One of the vampire nobles rolled a 5.
Okay.
Rolled a 7.
Yes, I like these rolls.
One of the blood-starved rolled a 17.
It beats it.
That is a nat 20 on the other blood-starved.
Okay.
So the vampire nobles definitely take full damage. The blood-starved don't take any, or don't take. They take half damage.
They take half, yeah.
Yeah, and then the 2 guards. One rolled a 3, and one rolled another nat 20.
Okay. So they would take 42 fire damage or 21 at half.
42 fire damage.
Yeah.
It is a nuke. Okay.
We rolled 96.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
You scared me. I mean,
I think your reaction was valid.
Just to paint a picture. In terms of what anybody might consider, and I sent you all pictures, and if you watched the last episode, what was revealed to what the blood-starved looked like was clearly evident. They don't look not scary. They look terrifying. They are by far the more terrifying looking beings on the battlefield right now. These
right
blood-starved,
now, yeah, you got it.
These blood-starved are annihilated. One taking half damage still is gone. The other one taking the full brunt of the fireball. Just one is reduced to ash. The other one has half of their torso completely destroyed and burnt to a crisp. That one just tries to like drag itself away, but is very quickly just consumed. It's like napalm. It's like suddenly these 2 blood-starved are fully dead. They are gone. In terms of the nobles, that's 42. 42 for the full. They are still up. They are very badly burned, but they are still up.
Okay.
I think that might change my plan.
After this.
I cast one spell. I need to go take it then now.
I'm a warlock. I need a short rest.
So it was 21 and 42, correct?
Yes.
Got it. As the explosive, concussive force of the fireball just spreads out into this diamond shape that the vampires found them in. The first guard takes it full force and is literally cooked inside of his armor. Smell of rotting, burnt flesh just fills the air. You ever, grilled at all? Like burnt the hairs on your arms? Like when you're trying to like start the grill and it's not starting, and then it starts, and you're like, yeah, ouch, that hurts. That, but like 50 times worse than what I just described. The guard is literally incinerated and cooked inside their own armor, and they just crumple to the ground after taking. The other one is blasted away from the diamond. They're blasted like 10 feet away to the left of you all. They take the 21. They look very badly. Their armor is like blackened with the fire just completely cooking the outside of their armor. It's bent in several places. The helmet that they were wearing seems to have like been impacted into their face on one side. They scream in pain as all of their as they just are lying down now 10 feet away, knocked prone. Let's see. Right. Damage is fun. Alindra, does that complete your turn?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Feel good about that. Yeah.
That brings up one of the vampire nobles.
Oh.
At least from what you can tell, this one is the female. It looks to be dressed in very regal, fine, refined robes, sort of emerald dress that they're wearing with like a very frilly lace collar, twin bleeding wounds just oozing this blood down onto their vestments. They have like red auburn colored hair with these very gaunt now, pale yellow eyes. It looks like almost like their jaw unhinges, and they suddenly begin to show the very slightest appearance of these vampire fangs as the vampirism is taking hold very quickly. They charge at the boat. They're going to use their full movement, and they are going to get to the boat and begin to haul. They're going to haul themselves onto. They are now within 5 feet of Dr. Manovel.
Okay. I thought they ran past me because I was in between the boat.
No. The nobles couldn't necessarily see everybody on the ship. They could only see Dr. Manovel because he was like right there at the front.
Okay.
They were going for you first.
I was hoping they weren't.
That will complete that one's turn. That brings up the blood-starved one is gone. It's too bad because they're my babies.
Sorry.
The vampire guard who wasn't incinerated, he is going to hold on one second. He's going to pick himself up, and Dr. Manovel, as you see the noblewoman running up and grabbing onto the boat and begin to haul themselves towards you. You glance off to the side and you see the red guard that was blasted out to the left. And you see them get up using half of their movement. And you see the areas of parts of their body that were burned. Suddenly the skin begins to rejoin and heal. And suddenly the burn marks begin to fade from their body. And
they are healing!
The vampire guard just sort of cracks his neck, looks at you, and then points their glaive in your direction. They are going to regain 10 hit points. And yes, they are going to regain 10 hit points. I had to read a little bit because I was like, wait, radiant. Nope, not radiant. Okay. So they begin to pull themselves together, and they are going to move 15 feet towards the boat. Not able to get there all the way because they were knocked prone, and now they're moving to the boat currently. So that completes their turn. Kalisa. It is your turn. Dr. Manavel, you are on deck.
Okay. Is the pretty noble lady the closest one to me?
Yes.
Okay, well then I'm definitely going for our pretty noble vampire lady. And I am enraged, but I also can I do 2 weapon fighting with my Morning Star and my dagger, or no?
Hold on one second.
I mean, you could make an offhand attack with your bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come in first because I'm still not fully comprehending what it is. I'm gonna try to make an attack with my Morning Star first. Let's see. I rolled an 16.
You rolled a
Does
16?
Does it hit?
It does hit. It makes full contact. The Morning Star just comes in, impacts directly into the shoulder of this vampire woman. She screams in pain and just looks at you. But for whatever reason, this you pull the Morning Star back, it doesn't seem to have as big of an effect as you want it to.
Ooh.
Get angrier.
Get angrier. Okay. I look at it kind of confused, and then I look back at this vampire beautiful lady, and I'm not really comprehending what I am seeing, which makes me so much angrier. Can I go in with my dagger now?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. Let's see.
How much damage was the attack with the Morning Star?
Oh, shoot. That's right. I got so excited that I landed a hit that I did.
It'll be a very long battle if we don't actually do the damage.
Let's see. That's a 7 plus 4.
Plus 2 because you're raging.
Yeah, plus 2.
Oh,
because
sweet.
I'm raging. So 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 13?
Yep, 13.
Okay.
Guys, I have temporary hit points because I reduced enemies to 0. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the second attack.
Okay.
With the dagger.
No, I rolled a 9.
That's too bad. That's the silvered weapon. So you go in and you try to stab, and she's just too quick. She just sort of like almost parkours along the side of the boat as she manages to dodge your attack, taking damage. But for whatever reason, the force, even with the force of your attack and the force of your raging, this attack does not seem to be having the effect that you wanted it to.
I'm very offended.
Does that complete your turn?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I have another move that I can make.
Okay. All right. So you and Dr. Manavel currently are next to each other. Dr. Manavel.
I have a question for you, Dan.
Sure.
Where are the bats?
Okay, so the bats are he used his full movement once he transformed into his bat form, and he immediately ascended up 30 feet into the sky.
30 feet. That is 10 feet more than I wish you said. Fudge. I was going to do something really cool. But instead, I'm still going to do something really cool. I would like wisdom saving throws from every single enemy, at least 6 of them at least. I'm going to cast slow. So Manavel hits his foot on the ground and says, "These humans are under my protection. Back off." And he slams down, and his tentacles thrum against his chest, and that beat hits them in the ears. It's a wisdom of 15 for 6 of them. So whichever 6 of them are closest, including the one with a glaive that's trying to threaten me.
Okay. Okay. The captain was successful.
Captain, I don't think the captain was in the range. It's
Oh,
a
you're
20,
right. He's not
20
in the range.
foot. Yeah, it's 20 foot cube. So it would have gone up if he was only 20 feet.
Got it.
Trust me, I was trying.
The one directly in front of you was successful. I apologize.
Okay.
So the lady is successful.
Of course, she's beautiful.
The vampire guard who threatened you, he rolled a 12, so he was not successful.
1.
The
How wise are these hounds?
hounds are gone.
Oh, they already got blown.
They got blown up.
There's only
Khaleesi's
four
just
enemies
like
left?
fireball. Then the male vampire noble, he rolls a 9. So that's one red guard and one noble that is currently
Beautiful. They have -2 to their AC. They also have a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. They cannot use their reactions. You can only use an action or a bonus action. Oh, by the way, their movement is halved.
Yes, Dr. Daddy.
Got it. I am doing the least.
I look over to Kalisa and I go, sorry I didn't tell you, but we got bigger fish to fry. No pun intended. And I give you a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Suddenly feeling so great.
Victor, if you're watching this, bardically inspired. So
I am now concentrating on slow. And that is the end of my turn. I'm not moving.
Okay. Right. All right. That guy's dead. Okay, that brings up male noble freshly turned vampire. This one is going to, again, the regeneration takes place. They get 10 hit points back. But they are slowed. So their speed is cut in half. So they're going to move 15 feet towards the boat, towards Dr. Manavel. But they're not able to make to the boat. They're still out in the open amidst the corpses of the other fallen vampires. And that completes their turn.
Now that we're surrounded, what is Kitty doing? Is she still hissing at me?
We'll get to Kitty. Alrighty. That brings us back up to the top of the order. The captain, still in vampire bat form, is up high, and there's the briefest moment where the vampires move 5 feet towards the boat, but suddenly seeing the fireball lay waste to this troop that was under their command, the captain abandons his troop. And
He does not go down the
the
ship.
collection, the swarm of vampire bats just fly.
You didn't even have to roll intimidation. Well done.
I have +8 to that.
Alindra, that brings up your turn.
Coward. And then she turns to the vampires that are left and says, You will burn. And casts Word of Radiance. And burn is the Word of Radiance.
Oh.
And you see them begin to kind of this. It's not quite fire, but it looks like sparks begin to stick to their skin.
It's like being hit by phosphorus.
Yeah. It's a con save of 16.
I have never had anyone in any game I've ever played use that cantrip. That was so cool.
How much damage is it?
It's not a lot. It's only 8.
Okay.
But
All right.
they can't
And they have
heal.
to make a con save, right?
Yeah.
So con
They
save.
can't
and what is
heal.
With radiant
the-
damage, they can't heal.
What's the DC?
16.
It's a failure. That's a success. So the male vampire, while he is slowed, succeeds so he takes half damage or no damage at all.
Let me check. It is. It doesn't say, so probably no damage.
No damage. He does not take any damage, so he is still able to heal. The vampire guard who healed, who was approaching, he takes 8 points of radiant damage. He is no longer able to heal, and he is slowed. And then the female vampire, she failed and is also taking 8 points.
Yeah.
And is blasted by radiance.
Wonderful. And as a bonus action, I don't like her being so close to this little boy and to us. I would like to shove her back 5 feet with my telekinetic shove as my wrist just snaps out towards her.
And that's a bonus action?
Yes. And it's a strength saving throw of DC of 16 as well.
I'm going to say that because of the ferocity of Khaleesi's attack, and her having to like move very dexterously to get out of it, to get away from Khaleesi, I'm going to say she's rolling this with a disadvantage. This is a strength saving throw. She rolled a 7. She is. Please tell me what this looks like.
It feels like a blast of just heat that hits her in the chest as Alindra just shoves her hand forward to get this vampire off the ship. I'm hoping she's like on the ship by 5 feet, right? Mm-hmm. And this vampire will now just like careen backwards. And how high is the ship?
It's about 10 feet off the ground at this point.
So she'll take 2d6 falling damage.
I want you to. I rolled.
Did you get to?
I rolled 2 1s.
Oh,
that's fine.
That's still 2 extra damage that we wouldn't have got had she not brought it up.
So she is damaged. She is not able to heal.
Is it 2? Is it 5 feet or 10 feet? It might be 1d6.
I'm gonna still say it's 2. I'm gonna still say it's 2 damage. I'm not gonna. If it was more than that, and then I had to make the correction, absolutely. But let's see. So she takes 2 damage from the fall. She is not able to heal, but she is not slowed. Got it. All right.
We made so many conditions in one turn.
Yeah. Alindra, that completes your turn. That brings up noble baby boy vampire. He is going to move because his movement is halved. He is going to he gets the rest of the way, and he's going to start to clamber up to the ship and trying to get to Dr. Manavel.
I'm not on the ship right now. I was opening the door.
I thought that you were still on the ship. You had just from the ship had just pushed it.
I had
open.
said that I got down and opened it. So do I get an opportunity attack on that? Because I did say, because if you remember correctly, I said, Khaleesi, it's your job to get me back up there.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
So he would have to go past me.
Right. That is correct.
And I do, in fact, have a weapon that I can do an opportunity attack with. I'm going to snatch him up with some tentacles. So you just see the guy come past you, Khaleesi, and like a shark, you just see the tentacles go like this.
I turn to you, and my jaw is on the floor. And I just kind of give you...
You will not touch her! Even though he was clearly going for me. But, okay, so this is plus my dex, and that's not very good. But I rolled a 19, so that's a 22.
Okay.
That does hit. Part of me, very briefly, the inner chaotic DM was just like, and it doesn't hit. That wouldn't have made any sense.
This is not non-magical damage, my friend. I am an illithid. This is 4 psychic damage.
Okay.
You see my suction cup suck onto his face and just kind of pulsate some of his own life essence into myself. I don't get anything from it, but it's cool.
I'm impressed.
I am proving my worth.
Just to be clear, you are just using the psionic energy, just sucking some of his life essence away.
I'm not touching his blood. I was told not to do that.
I was just like, is Dr. Manavel just going for...
If I go for the brain, I have to crit. That is how that works. Okay. So I did not crit, so I'm not going for the brain. Okay.
All right. That completes the vampire spawn, or the noble's turn. That will bring up the vampire guard. The vampire guard is going to move his distance, or his movement, to you, Dr. Manavel. He is going to attempt to strike you with his glaive.
But I deserve it.
That is a 15 plus.
You don't need the plus. You don't need to plus it.
So he does hit.
God.
Big time.
In like this moment of unleashing their own ferocity, Dr. Manava, you latch on to this vampire noble, and he is like just barely able to sort of like wrench free. But just as he does, this glaive cuts through the air and just slashes you across the chest. You take 9 points of slashing damage.
I don't scream. I just guttural growl. Like I've gone like just like that illithid. I can't do an illithid growl like that. But like it's like bubbly and angry. Think of like rapids almost.
What's his name from Futurama?
Yes.
Yeah. Zoidberg. You're Zoidberg.
Only a little less
perfect.
cartoon.
That's perfect.
That actually.
It's just like a discomfort. Like, how dare you touch me?
All right. So, Dr. Manava, you took 9 points of slashing damage. That, hold on one second. That was his first attack. He is going to make a second. That is an 18.
My AC is 13, Hans.
That is an additional 7 points of damage.
There's more gurgles, and this one's actually discomforting.
So, immediately, like, Dr. Manava, you do your best to get out of the way, and he manages to nick you both times, once in the shoulder and once across the chest.
Was he slowed?
What is the
He only gets one attack.
He only gets one attack. Never mind.
He's slowed.
No slashing damage the second time.
Yeah.
No 7 points of damage for you.
Oh no!
Oh,
dang it!
I'm sorry. I was trying to keep track. I was like, oh no, I can't take that extra damage.
So, this vampiric guard, he also is not able to heal, so he doesn't get any of his hit points back. He is still looking mighty rough, but that completes his turn. That will bring up Kalisa with Dr. Manaval on deck.
Let's go. I've got my inspiration. Yeah. Okay. That is a 19. And I'm going, oh, wait. I didn't even describe what I was doing. I was just like
19 for everything.
Everything I do is perfect from now on. I'm going with my little dagger because I saw that my first weapon didn't do much damage, and I'm still like really annoyed. I'm real pissed off at this pretty lady for being able to avoid me. So I go for her with my 19, trying to stab her in the neck where I see her bleeding. I'm very angry.
On a 19, you definitely hit. What? Please roll for damage.
Just so you know, before you roll, as a bard of eloquence, I have magical inspiration. So if you are healed or you do damage, you can add that D8. So you can add my D8 bardic inspiration to that if you want to, or you can save it. I also have unfailing inspiration. So if you fail while using that bardic inspiration, you don't lose it. So use it wisely, but you can definitely add the D8 damage to this.
Give it to him, the damage.
Lisa very slowly is just like, ah!
I'm very angry.
There's a tentacle that wraps around the silver dagger.
We're doing this together. Teamwork. Okay, how much damage do I roll? What dice do I roll for the dagger?
It's a D8.
It's a D8. Okay, that's my 8. Let's go. Please roll. It's a 2. Plus 8. That's not. It's just the theatrics.
Well, I'm sorry. The bardic damage, that is a D8. The damage the dagger does with a silver piercing dagger is a D4.
D4.
Okay.
So it would be 1D4, and then you can add the D8 if you would wish.
Okay, I'm adding the D8. It's a 2 plus a 2. So only
4 points
plus your whatever strength modifier, right? You hit with strength. So
+2 because she's raging.
plus
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's 2, 4, 6. And my strength is 4 more.
10.
10.
You had it right.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I don't know how I got there because the math wasn't mathing, but it ended up correct. I just needed to show my work.
Alrighty. As the silver dagger stabs down into this vampire's flesh, there's almost a breathless scream that suddenly almost doesn't escape her lungs. It almost comes out as just barely a whimper as her breath is taken from her. As the silver has its effect. Does that complete your turn?
I'm still raging. Do I have any passive moves? Am I grappling with her, would you say?
No, because you're down on the ground now. She's been knocked off.
Okay. Yeah, so I lunged for her. So no, that ends my turn.
Okay. All right. That will actually bring us to Dr. Manavel.
So I have glaive guy in front of me. I have girl on the ground. I have other guy to the side of me.
So you just attacked. So you have you technically have the glaive guy and the noble in front of you. You have the girl noble, like 15 feet away, because they're on the other side of the ship fighting Kalisa.
I look at glaive boy. Sweetheart, with canines as sharp as yours, I would expect you to see the point. You cannot win this. And I cast Vicious Mockery.
That's a drum snake.
What's the save on that?
That is a Wisdom 15.
He rolls a nat 1. He rolls a nat 1.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So bad.
That's 5 psychic damage, but he also has disadvantage on that one attack that he gets because he's slowed still. Oh no!
Oh no!
And is he trying to do anything else besides that, or is it just the debuff?
I'm looking. Give me a second. I think it's 5 damage in the debuff, and I think I'm going to save my bardics, so I'm going to sit pretty there.
Whew. Vicious Mockery is such an amazing spell.
I've never gotten to use it. I always take Eldritch Blast through Matic, so that was my first bardic inspiration ever. No, my first Vicious Mockery. Sorry.
There we go. Okay, that brings up female vampire noble. The female vampire noble in front of you, Kalisa, after you have stabbed into her flesh with the silver dagger, she's going to wrench free, and she's going to immediately stand, and she is going and do 2 attacks against you. The first attack is she's going to lash out, try to get you off balance with her claws. And she lashes out, just suddenly these vicious-looking claws that suddenly protruding from her hands, and she's going to try to cut across your neck, as she's making a grab for you. Not trying to grapple, just she's trying to grab. Or she's just attacking you.
Flashing me.
Don't got some hot dice there, DM?
That is a consecutive nat 1.
Yes!
Jump on!
The dice say that
you're going to jail. You're going to jail. All right.
No, keep it. We love him. He is the best
That's
one.
my favorite die, actually.
That is a miss.
How do you want to come for me now?
They sort of throw themselves off balance. They are going to they're making the second attack at disadvantage to see if they can actually grab it and try and bite you in the neck.
Not today.
That's a 6.
Not today. Not
again.
Today.
Just being thrown off balance just has immediately flustered them as they're trying desperately to find a weak point in your defenses. As you come at them, they're very much thrown off by the fact that you suddenly have a silver weapon in your hand and are coming at them with that.
Kalisa, is Kalisa talking smack, or are they just doing crazy eyes right now?
I would love her to be like, not today.
I know.
Look at Kitty and I'm like, Kitty, you see that? You see
The normally quiet and demure no, wait a minute. I thought you were talking about Alindra. Never mind. Kalisa, yes.
I'm the smack talking.
Alindra's turned murderous.
Yeah.
I tried to eat someone's face. This is how this is going.
I'm just smack talking the whole time. Just that's what you get for trying to do the
today.
Speaking of Alindra, it is your turn.
Yeah, get him.
So in front of Dr. Manavel is one vampire, yes?
Two. The glaive vampire is still alive, and the nobleman is still alive as well.
Okay.
I need a con check actually for I got hit, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
I didn't do that. I'm so sorry. Is that a con save or just a con check?
Con save.
We'll say a con save.
I got a 19, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine.
I yell out to Dr. Manavel, please go with this. And I'm going to shove Dr. Manavel out of the way of those vampires. It's only 5 feet. But if you go with it, it just happens. And then I cast Bonfire on the vampires.
Ooh.
One of them is still not able to heal, correct?
Yes.
Well, it's only for the round.
Right.
You just hear like that suction of me getting ripped off of the other one's face. Just the
Okay. I'm just picturing like all of my worst nightmares right now with Dr. Manavel as this mind flayer. All right.
I normally don't get to do the Eldritch Horror from my side. I love this.
So, Dr. Manavel, you go with this, and you're pushed to the side, 5 feet, and I'm trying to think. That might incur an attack of opportunity.
I think that they were both on my side, and I just kind of got pushed between them, so I'd still be within range.
I don't know. It doesn't say that if you move someone, so it doesn't say anything about that. They can just willingly fail the save.
Okay.
So if I'm not,
oh no, he's not. It's not. He's not moving of his own free will.
Mm-hmm. I'm not moving of it.
Shoving him.
All right. So yeah, you move him out of the way, and you cast Bonfire.
Yes, that's a dex save.
What is the save again?
17.
17. That is a nat 20 for Glaive Boy.
Oh no!
And that is a 5 for
he doesn't
Nobleman.
have disadvantage on
and he has disadvantage. I love this.
Technically, that's a 5.
So that's a 5 for Glaive Boy.
I'm like, oh, this is interesting to
set it all ablaze.
Everything must burn.
The world burn.
So how much? They take 9 points of damage?
Yes.
I like to think because you kept RP
for the Vampire Guard, Alindra. How do you want to do this?
She waves her hands, and just with a snap of both of her fingers, this fire kind of just like a geyser starts up as she starts this this bonfire, and you see that like it's a blue flame. It's a pure blue flame. This vampire just starts burning, and flesh starts falling off and just sizzling, and everything smells so good. It's going to be fantastic. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's a little, and he's wearing metal, right? Like he's wearing metal that starts to kind of like warp and concave and just like buckle under the heat of this.
Okay. Does that complete your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Super. Nobleman taking the 9 damage. He is going to just wheel on you, Alindra. And actually, hold on. No, he's still gonna no. Given the fact
if he turns to look at me, I'll be like, "Come and get me."
Given the fact that he is freshly turned, his vampire instincts still aren't fully acknowledging what might be the bigger threat. Not entirely sure. He just watched the vampiric guard just get melted by this bonfire. He's burning right now from the bonfire spell. He is still going to try and attack Dr. Manavel. He is going to move to grapple you with his claws, Doctor.
And is he slowed or no? Are all the slowed ones done already?
The female was not slowed, right?
The female was not slowed.
He was.
He was, yes.
Okay.
So he only gets this one attack.
And is this Dex?
This is, I believe so. Yeah. So this is a DC 13. And this would be a 14 plus 6. That is a 20.
There's a... Oh, God. This is opposed... is this acrobatics or just Dex?
This would be a grapple. So this would be, I believe, an opposed... No, this would be acrobatics or athletics.
I'm going to do acrobatics because it's not a +1. But I only got a 17.
You only got a 17. So he comes at you. You do still take the damage, but you do not take you are not grappled. Okay. So that is... that is 6 points of slashing damage.
Not 63.
So yeah, the claws cut across right in the
Low
similar
goes
area
down.
Where right in the same area where the glaive cut. Just these 4 claw marks also cutting through a portion of your doctor's dentist jacket.
So slow goes down midway through his turn.
You suddenly feel just with your psionic energy and heightened senses in this moment, you suddenly feel something is very off. Like something in your body has tipped the scales ever so slightly, and you take 11 points of necrotic damage. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 11.
Oh no.
Just so people are clear, target's hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage taken, and the vampire regains hit points equal to that amount.
Yeah.
The reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest.
That's great.
The target dies if this effect is reducing its hit points maximum to 0.
How are you looking?
How are you looking? Because my turn's next, right?
There's a lot of purple blood everywhere. There's a tentacle that's completely ripped off at this point.
Okay.
That actually brings up Kalisa.
Okay. So I'm looking over at the doctor and I'm seeing purple blood everywhere. I'm still in a rage. So I have 2 actions. I'm going to take one of them to try to stab the vampire lady again in the neck. And the other action, I'm going to try to throw a healing potion at the doctor.
They have a healing potion.
Dr. Novel has a healing potion, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. They have to ingest it, right?
Right. Yep. So is the doctor close enough to where I can stab with one hand, pull it out, and force it into the doctor?
I got telekinetically shoved the other way.
Yeah.
So I'm not within reach of you now. I'm sorry.
Plus,
I have a beak, and that's going to be weird.
I would just shove it in your beak. Stab, shove.
Out of game. I love, and have done this myself, I love watching people tie themselves into knots to describe like how they are not absolutely going to die in this round, because I suddenly have reached into my pocket and materialized a healing potion and done some crazy fanciful athletic feat. Greatest part is that when they say that they're going to do that, the DM agrees and they roll a nat 20, and so he has to describe like what it looks like in the most spectacular fashion.
I was just gonna do this number.
So one hand stabbing, one hand throwing.
I am very confident in my abilities, and a lot of times that is not great. Okay, so the doctor is not close to me anymore. That is sad. So I will just stab Pretty Lady twice. Let's see if I can do that. Please. I got a 23 on my first roll.
That hits.
Okay. Perfect. Second stab, I got a 21.
Hey.
2 hits. Please roll for damage.
Okay, I would love to annihilate this pretty woman. And it's 1d4. I don't have bardic inspiration anymore, do I?
No.
No. Okay, 1d4 plus my 4 plus my 2. So that is 8.
8 for the first attack.
Yep. And then that's a 1 plus a 4 plus 2. So 7.
All right. So 15 points of slash or piercing damage.
Stabbing.
The very off-balance female noblewoman vampire, try saying that 10 times fast, is still off balance, and you're just like, you sort of, Kalisa very quickly assesses situation, sees Dr. Manavel is in a bad way, but still there is a threat, and she's going to do her damnedest to try and put this shit down right now. She stabs frantically into this vampire. The vampire is still up, very bloodied, just blood just all over the place. And this vampire is pissed, but is also looking fairly weakened at this point. That completes your turn. Dr. Manavel, you are up.
I step on the guy in front of me and do the exact cool thing. Tentacles in the ear, foot on throat. I go, you should stay undead. I don't know what that means. It is a Constitution saving throw of 15. Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second before you tell me that roll. I bardic inspiration. I'm going to minus a d8 from that as a bonus action, as an eloquence bard. Thank you.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Sorry, I wanted to do the cool thing
minus
first.
8? It's minus 8?
It's minus d8. You get to roll, unless you want me to roll the d8.
It's a 6. So they rolled an 8. So they have a 2. They fail. Describe what this looks like.
You guys see two spectral tentacles that just kind of go in their ear and vibrate so hard that their skull physically cracks. This is 3d8 thunder damage.
Roll that damage.
I am going to roll it, and I don't feel like rolling it in IRL. That's thunder damage, 19.
19. Okay. This vampire is looking real
Oh,
rough.
no, he's still up.
He's still up. So he is looking real rough right now. Gouts of blood are just coming out of his eyes, his nose. It just coughs up blood into your face. And he is just looking very close.
Alindra, darling, I tried to finish him. Will you please? I did a cool thing. And now it's still alive. Help.
Okay. That brings up Lady Vampire. Lady Vampire, seeing that happen with you see this sudden look of panic and horror as they realize they're alone. And just the two of them. You're not aware of anything to do with either of these people's backstories, what they were before they were turned. You see this mournful look as the female vampire looks off towards the male one. And then she's going to try and run.
She's going to try.
Yeah, she's going to try and take her full movement, giving Kalisa an attack of opportunity.
All right. Opportunity attack. So I roll. That's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Okay. And do you get a second attack or no? This is just the attack of opportunity. You're right.
The opportunity, yeah.
Yep, nat 1. Yeah, she.
I was fully expecting her to come at me, and she ran the opposite direction.
Yeah, she bobs, weaves, and she gets under your attack and she takes her full movement away from you. She goes 30 feet.
I've been bamboozled.
Away. Somebody put that in the quote board.
If your male vampire did not move out of the bound fire on his turn, he's still burning.
Right.
So he's probably dead.
So I did roll. I've
been bamboozled.
I did roll the 6 damage for the fire. The
Get an attack.
Kitty does not. Kitty has been holding on to your shoulder for dear life during this entire time.
No, we've been doing great, Kitty and I. I've been keeping Kitty real safe.
I am in pain.
Hey, your healing potion!
I thought I could kill him. I'm sorry.
Hold on 1 second.
What?
Normally that works.
Okay. So they managed to escape. They are 30 feet away from you. They're not quite out of harm's way yet, but they have gotten away. Alindra, it is your turn.
So we're gonna Eldritch Blast. That is. I'm gonna split the blasts. It's 2 blasts. I'm gonna do one on one vampire, one on the other. I rolled a 17 and a 12, which is a 26 and a 21.
Both hit. Roll me that damage.
What do your Eldritch Blasts look like?
Exactly. What do they look like, Alindra?
You see her pull this little rod out of her bag, out of her pocket, which actually kind of looks like a sonic screwdriver. And there's like a twirl, and she shoves her hand straight, just like a quick snap of her wrist, and you see this like almost like a rope of just of fire kind of whip out and just like snap and smack this vampire in the head. And then she turns around and does the exact same, almost like a lasso, and smack the other vampire. The male vampire takes 9 fire damage.
9 fire
Eldritch
damage.
Blast is force.
Yes, force damage. And female takes 14.
How do you want to do this?
Which one?
The female.
Okay, so that as I kind of like Eldritch Blast and bring it around, it does turn into a lasso that kind of wraps around her neck and just pulls.
They immediately disintegrate into ash. They're gone.
Done.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That leaves the last remaining vampire in front of you, Dr. Manavel. They have a similar moment where in the heat of battle, again, you're not familiar with these two's backstory. You have no idea who they were before they were turned. You see he, for a very brief second, stares off, looks off into the distance, seeing this woman that he was connected with in some way run away. Dr. Manavel, through your years as a dentist, you've gotten very good at studying people's faces. And you see a flurry of emotion of sadness, loss, and regret and fear flicker across this young vampire's face. And then suddenly, this whip/lasso of eldritch energy suddenly whips out and cuts the female vampire down. This enrages him, and he wheels on you, Dr. Manavel, and he, with complete disregard for his own safety, is going to make his 2 attacks on you, one of which is going to be his claws. That is a 4. That is a 16 for the bite. That is +6. That is 22 to hit. That is 1 + 3 for piercing damage, so 4 piercing damage. and that is 7 necrotic damage, reducing your hit point maximum by 7, and bringing his hit point maximum to or his health up the same amount.
But you'll roll 2d8 for the fire damage?
God damn it. 8 plus 5 is 13. So he gains the 7 back as he bites into you, and then as he bites, the bottom portion of his body is just consumed in flame until you feel just the dead weight of a vampiric torso grabbing onto your body as he's trying to extract the blood life out of you. And then suddenly he drops.
Before he expires, I wrap my tentacles around his nose. I get my beak right up to his ear, and I say, "Don't worry, my friend. You'll be joining her very shortly." And I snap his neck.
I'll say that you do that. And you are all out of initiative at this point. Congratulations, everyone. Your first combat encounter of this mini campaign.
I am at 8 hit points.
Terrifying.
I'll immediately kind of like get off the boat and give you my regular healing potion.
That took a lot out of me. I trade you. My max went from 52 to 34.
Yes,
I don't want to. Yeah, I'll take.
Keep the. You should keep both of them. Just I fight more from afar.
What I am going to do though, to regain that maximum hit point, is I'm going to cast Aid on us at the 4th level. So everyone's hit point maximum is plus 15. What you guys see is a little tentacle bracelet that goes on your wrists. And it's very warm, not slimy. It's very comforting, and it stays with you for 8 hours. It's my only 4th level spell slot, so I was going to do so many cool things, but I'm very dead otherwise. So that only makes my maximum -3. And instead of taking the healing potion, I will give that back to you, and I will take the superior, and that would get me to full.
Okay.
As the din of battle is quieted in this moment, you survey the field. Nothing but burnt, charred, undead corpses litter the area around you. At this point, the ship is all the way out of the stable. Diggory, is everyone okay?
I'll shift back into disguise self novel, and I will use my hoverboard to get back on the thing. I told you we had everything under control. There's blood all over my jacket, but I realize that, and I disguise self and I clean it.
Looking like the worst oral surgery he's ever had to do ever. Just blood all over him.
Normally it's other people's blood. Now it's my own. I'm uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Oh.
Now that you all are out of combat, you see Diggory again, white knuckling.
Diggory.
Kalisa, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Not again. Oh goodness. Wisdom is my lowest. I got a 13.
Oh, wait. I cast guidance.
Okay.
No?
It doesn't work on a saving throw. That's ability checks. Bless would be the one that works.
And you wouldn't also know that it's happening anyway.
Yeah.
So,
oh, damn.
Sort of 13.
Yep.
Kalisa, the heat of battle suddenly leaving you as your rage subsides. You return back, instead of being 7 feet tall in this sort of She-Hulk form, you're suddenly now only 6 feet, and you've sort of reduced, and you sort of like, and then you hear a little voice.
Oh no.
Really good job. That was
Marvelous. And you hear the voice of Kitty.
Kitty.
Kalisa, as you turn, seeing the little cat still perched on your shoulder, who was once clutching onto you for dear life as you were making these very swift attacking motions, trying to keep you both out of harm's way. This kitty is now sitting, with its front paws out, with its little rump just sort of sitting on your shoulder, licking its paw, and then periodically, and they stop licking and they just look you right in the eyes. Their yellow eyes, as they are fixated on you. And they say, "Most excellent work. Very, very proud of you."
Kitty.
Is that what Kalisa says?
Yeah, just that's
Okay.
all I can muster is Kitty. Because I am at a complete and total loss. This is the first time that I've had Kitty talk to me. And so it surprises me, and that's all I can say. And I feel proud at Kitty's words. I don't interpret this as sinister at all.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm patting Diggory's back. Like everyone's fine. Don't worry about it. You're safe with us. God, we're so screwed.
I think Manavel is hunkering down in the ship with his head below the lip and hoping that this is a little bit of a long trip because God, he's not feeling great.
I'm like, yeah, I could use an hour.
I could use about an hour
just
myself
saying.
as well. I'm not gonna
Is it nap
lie.
Diggory looks at you, Alindra, and he's just like, so, and it's his voice is both pleading but also hesitant, and he does look very uncertain and a little bit terrified in this moment. Are you lot still want to go to Ilfang?
Yes, and you'll be far away from any of the fighting. I promise. You were very brave. You did wonderfully.
Okay,
My friends.
do this. I can do this. We'll be okay.
Let's go and get your father back.
We're doing great, Diggory. This has been a great experience. Do you see how strong we are, friend? This could not go better if we tried. And then
Lindra's like, I'm so tired.
I
I
have to question. As someone who's arcane in nature, were any of these weapons, specifically that glaive, magic?
Yeah, let's loot the bodies.
Yeah, if we don't have magic weapons and we're going into vampire nest, it's not
Give me an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
Would I be able to give the help action to someone else since I'm half proficient?
Isn't it if you're fully proficient? You have to be fully proficient in something to give the help action.
And I'm a bard. I have half proficiency.
Wait, I have guidance.
Guidance works.
Guidance will work.
I cast guidance on which one?
I'm gonna go with the barbarian with the +4.
Barbarian.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So Kalisa, immediately feeling this surge of positivity given to you by Kitty, you just start to begin meandering around the battlefield, just sort of looking at all the different corpses, going over. What did you rolled on a +4?
An 18.
+4.
Plus
22.
a D4.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
D4.
Plus a D4? Okay. Hold on. Dice. Plus my D4. That's a 4.
There we go.
I'm so happy. I was just in rage mode. Everybody's great. We're all doing great as far as
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. You had a bad rolling day last time. We got this today.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with my dice today. You better. No.
Kalisa, with a little bit of a pep in your step, you begin to meander around the battlefield, like kicking over corpses, moving them aside with your dagger. You go to all the different bodies. There really isn't anything salvageable on any of these things. Like maybe if you wanted to like take some of the lady vampire's dress and like take some of the male vampires like vestments that they were wearing, you might be able to cobble something together at some point. But everybody here is pretty like either charred or pretty just obliterated.
I think I have weaver's tools. So in my mind, I want to make Kitty a little circus outfit, grabbing all the clothes so that I can make Kitty a little circus outfit and me a matching outfit.
I don't know what she's doing with it, but I pressed to digitize them clean.
Wow, this is nice. They're clean.
Definitely do that. So you, at this point, you are able to collect probably just enough salvageable material for what looks to be like a little vest. You could make a little vest for Kitty, and potentially like a little tiny hat.
Oh, I am absolutely doing that. I've got it all planned out in my noggin. I'm just like, Kitty, this is gonna look so great. You're gonna look so cool.
Kitty responds with a like very unsure about what is about to happen.
You're going to make so much money, Kitty.
Kalisa, you do that. Dr. Manavel, what are you doing during this time?
There's nothing salvageable. I'm taking a nap.
Hey.
Old man style, just kind of gets comfortable. And then you just see he's still in his disguise, but you see tentacles kind of go
Blip.
out of the disguise.
Okay. That elicits a slight reaction from Diggory, but Diggory, with Alindra standing right next to him, feels immediately calmed, just sort of reassured by their presence. Alindra, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting back like, and then I'm actually holding a pendant that I'm wearing that glows this fiery orange most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just not quite praying, but talking to it in my head.
You can either choose to tell me in a DM what you are saying in your prayer, or you can just say it out loud.
Just like, oh, Father, I think this might be a little bit more than I can handle. I'll do it, of course, but oh no. Just grant me strength.
Okay. Diggory checks in with each of you, except for Dr. Manavel, who looks to be just very asleep. Whenever they exhale or snore slightly, like little tentacles will suddenly from under the disguise.
Funny.
As Kalisa, you've cobbled together what materials you could salvage from the garments, and you climb back aboard. Kitty is still like preening on your shoulder. Alindra, you are sitting behind Diggory, just very softly praying. As Diggory sort of checks in with you all, just says, all right, we're going to do this, okay? We're still going? Okay.
We're still going.
All right.
I give Diggory 2 thumbs up.
Now, this ship is equipped. I've been able to secure a type of it's a piece of arcane. It's a spell that will be allowing us to remain slightly hidden or much harder to detect. So he is going. That is a 15. Okay. He is very, very slowly beginning to elevate, and you begin to feel the ship start to climb in altitude, moving slightly forward, but just more so gaining altitude as you look over the side of the skyskiff, and you see Winterhold's Keep just over the side, just begin to get smaller and smaller as you begin to get higher and higher in the air. You begin to be able to see down into Winterhold's Keep, and you begin to get the lay of the land over all of Ashcaleen. At this point, Kalisa, I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh no, I am making all the checks today. Guys, don't fail me now. We've been on a roll. That's not what I want to do. Okay, 12 plus. I got a 13.
13. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you look over the side of the ship, you are able to sort of take in a sight that probably only a few people have ever seen in their lives.
That's exciting.
You're able to see Ashcaleen, the whole of it, as it sort of is stretched out before you, as you are climbing 300, 400, 500, just like 600 feet up in the air above the city. At this point, there is a slight mist as the first traces of clouds, low-hanging clouds. You begin to make your way up into sort of this small little cloud bank, and you're able to see down. You're able to see the starriness. You're able to see all of the temples and the houses of worship that are there. You see off in the distance, further off in the distance, the Shadow Ford and the Three-Ring Circus that you had come from. You see the hustle and bustle of the docks now quieted as it is now nighttime. You see off into the northern side of Ashcaleen. You see the deep gorge and the canyon that stretches out from the wall of the northern side of Ashcaleen, and which you know to be, this is the Dungannon. And you see off to the west over the walls the fields, the farmers' fields that bring in the crops to Ashcaleen. And then down to the south, you see what you know to be the Kavathis district, where all of the different peoples that have migrated or emigrated here have all congregated on the south side of Ashcaleen. As you take all of this in, you finally turn back towards the front of the ship, and as you look over the side, you see the North Docks, and you see below you, slightly below you, the mini fleet of sky ships that are being built, and the ramparts or scaffolding that are erected to get the workers up into the sky to get to those ships. At this point, it looks like the sky is clear. And you take some comfort in that. Not only just that, but the fact that you are able to take in this view, this whole all-encompassing view of Ashcaleen, a view that you can't even think of anybody who would ever have seen the city like this, save for maybe when the gods walked the earth, or walked Odromia, rather. And you look out over the North Docks, and you're looking down, and you see all up in this manufactured urban sprawl, mixed in with factories and in machines of industry, Ilfang Prison.
Oh.
And it looks, from the sky, it looks a lot smaller than what you would have expected a prison with the name Ilfang to be. You see the canal, the one that Lady Brigida told you should take in order to get inside the prison using a waterway. And you see the many different guard towers that are stretched out around the prison to prevent people from sneaking up to it. And you also are able to see the main barracks, and then there is a guard post that is just outside it.
So I'm kind of looking around. Who all is sleeping?
At this point, Dr. Manovel is the only one who is currently asleep.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of who I alert about the guard post, and kind of what I'm seeing. And it's Kitty. So I just kind of turn to Kitty and I go, hey, Kitty. Psst. Do you see what I'm seeing? And I kind of
Kitty looks at you, but there is no response that you hear.
Great. I'm on my own. I don't know what to do on my own. Lady Alondra? Hello? Yes. I don't want to wake up the doctor, but I'm kind of screaming at you.
I'll get up and walk over.
I just kind of crudely point and like, there's things outside. It's pretty, but also prison, small, and I'm just hoping that you're understanding what I'm trying to convey to you. And I'm like, yes, help.
Look over the side to look at it.
You see everything that Kalisa sees.
Did you get it from that explanation?
I laid it out so perfectly. So, Lady Alondra, I'm thinking there are no thoughts in my head. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know what to make of this. I got really distracted by all the beautiful things, and I was thinking to myself, Kalisa, it is a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Everything is beautiful. We just crushed this battle. And then I saw the prison, and I don't know what to do. I need some help.
So going into the prison, there's a place to go in through the if we take the water, it goes into the prison.
So it goes into there are like a tiny almost like it's a canal that goes into the prison, but it's also like the water can be redirected and change. The flow can change. So it's sort of a way of getting rid of waste, but also bringing it's like trying to get like indoor plumbing almost. Sort of like getting rid of waste, getting it in, getting it out. And you can see that there is or you can not see necessarily, but Brigitte has explained that there is it's a sewer grate. And there is a bar that was reported to be loose on the sewer grate.
Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to think thoughts and have ideas, Lady Alondra, but I just wanted to make sure that we are both thinking the same thoughts and having the same ideas. So I would really like it.
I would love to hear your thoughts.
I was thinking maybe you could tell me your thoughts first.
All right. Is that it? Okay. Well, I was thinking we should probably do what Lady Brigitte told us to do, which is take the water away and check for the loose bar.
I'm a great swimmer. That's what right, Kitty? And I look at Kitty and I kind of like try
Kitty
to get
the mention of swimming at all. Kitty is just
that I always swim so that Kitty doesn't have to swim. Is what Kitty would tell you if Kitty could talk, but Kitty can't talk because Kitty is a cat. I am very nervous right now. Anyway.
Do I know why you're nervous?
No. You can roll for it.
Yeah.
We're doing an insight check.
15.
That's a funny joke, right? Because we all know, and so I'm just rambling. You definitely know that I have finally figured out that Kitty can talk.
I told you.
Dr. Manovel just spontaneously just wakes up. I told you.
I told you I had the whole conversation in the bar. You are very loud.
Oh my God, crazy.
I didn't hear that.
Nobody believes you because you're crazy.
I'm crazy?
Crazy cool. I am definitely feeling the bardic inspiration, and so I just become a blubbering mess, and I'm like, guys, I really wanted to tell you, but I don't know how Kitty is gonna think about this. We can talk about how to get in there later. I'm sure we have plenty of time, but I think Kitty is a god and not like, oh my God.
I literally told you this an hour ago.
I thought you were crazy. Like, Kitty is a cat, and I feel like I can read Kitty's mind sometimes, and we're vibing and we're having a good time. But Kitty can speak in my brain.
Again, literal. I have not lied to you one fucking time, my friend. Now you can see like the tentacles are curling in frustration. Like,
all right, break. Deep breaths in and out. In and out. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Your cat has been with you for a very long time, have they not?
Yep.
And if they wanted to hurt you or wanted to do anything other than protect you, then...
Whoa. Totally not cool, lady. Listen, I am panicking because I'm excited, not because I think Kitty's trying to hurt me.
Good. I look at Alondra. What the fuck is good panic and how do I react to this?
Well, I think it's more of an excitement.
It's an excited panic, guys. We have a little shit.
Okay. I am a dentist and excitement is not an emotion I'm familiar with. I'm going to need more context, please.
We have a little god on our side. This is so exciting. I'm going to have a circus. Kitty is going to be in a little outfit. This is so cool. Wow. Is this what it's like to have friends? Because this is really cool.
I think
I'm really glad I have that off of my chest. Because that secret that I held for all of 5 minutes was really hard. It was really tough to keep that inside me. I thought I had you fooled, bamboozled.
Not for a minute. But I think you called Manovel your friend. And you see that frustration completely melt away as he doesn't embrace you, but he puts his arms, he goes, I will protect you at all costs, my friend.
Likewise.
And he's a beak, but you can see like the high cheekbones rising. He is smiling.
I go to give a high five. Yeah.
I have no idea what that is, so I smack it away with my tentacles.
What is Alindra doing during this period of conversation?
I think being just, okay, this is a ragtag team. We're going to be fine. It's wonderful. I mean, I don't really know what it's like to have friends. So maybe, like just kind of like going, but quietly, just watching this interaction and being like, yeah, that is very cute. Just enjoying, vibing, just like, it's a lot, but I understand how that could be overwhelming. And yes.
Well, at this point, we've got each other's backs. I do think that we would be friends. It's only been 3 hours, but I will give my life for you guys.
No, that is a very dramatic.
Sorry.
3 hours.
Would you guys be in my circus?
Oh, maybe.
This idea just hit me. This is great. I am starting to think lots of thoughts right now, and this is super cool.
Lisa is a consummate dreamer. Big dreams, this one.
Big dreams.
At this point, as you guys are conversing about like friendship and Kitty and the events of the day, Diggory just pipes up. If you lot want to rest a little bit, I think I can manage. It's gonna be a bit. I'm trying to go as slow as possible so we're not noticed at all.
You're doing wonderfully.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't have been screaming and yelling this whole time, but I do appreciate your stealth, Diggory, and then I go to give Diggory a high five too.
I have a thing. He
takes the high five and he's
I have a thing.
My hand is so much bigger than his. Yes.
I forgot how cool this hoverboard is. I cast non-detection on the boat. Does that work?
That's only for
on.
scrying.
It's scrying and divination magic, yes, but I mean that's still another layer of protection on us. Can I do that?
Hold on one second.
Or does it say willing creature?
One willing creature, I believe.
You hide a target. It doesn't say willing creature. Oh, target can be a willing creature, a place, or an object. No larger than 10 feet.
Oh,
We're probably more than 10 feet then.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So it could potentially hide you on the boat, but it couldn't take up the whole boat.
Can I focus on the 4 of us next to Diggory? Just all 4 of us? Or is it just me? It's me or someone else.
Could be a ghost ship.
It says target. It doesn't say area of effect. So I'm going to say that it has to be, you have to basically pick. It's not.
Okay.
Well, we should hide. What if Diggory is holding Kitty? Can we hide the 2 of them? Because I feel like we should protect them.
I think the Manavel will non-detection on Diggory then.
All right.
He's just a child.
Mm-hmm.
So are you like putting Kitty near Diggory so that it'll like they'll also be?
Yep. I'm picking Kitty up and I'm putting them on Diggory's head. And I kind of chuckle to myself. And then I pull out Kitty's little hat and I put Kitty's little hat on top of
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm a stickler for the rules when it comes to creating clothing. So you have to take a certain amount of time. You could take this time to start creating like his clothes or his little outfit. But we'll say, okay, so Diggory and the spell, they're still visible to you all, but Diggory and Kitty will be non-detectable for
all right.
that goes for how long?
8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
And then we can rest.
Okay. So you all are, so this would be a short rest for you all. So this will be, we'll say this will be 1 hour short rest. So I will allow everyone to get a commensurate number of hit points back. So this will be.
I already used the health potion, so I'm already at full, but I get 4 Bardic Inspirations back.
Yes.
I get my 1 of 2 spell slots back.
Yep. And those who have taken damage who need it will get 1d8 plus 2 or whatever your hit die is plus 2. So.
Okay. I am just trusting that everybody has come up with a plan to break in since I showed everybody outside. And I'm focusing all of my energy into making Kitty's little outfit.
Priorities.
Give me. Ooh, what do I want? Give me.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Hold on.
You're like, damn it. That's not one of my good ones.
That's a +1, baby.
Well, the
Did you roll a nat 20?
I rolled a 19, bitches.
There you go. 19. So on a 19, what would normally take anybody else a certain number of hours to create clothing that is so small in size, but also incredibly detailed and intricate, because the materials that you were able to salvage from the bodies of the vampires were actually incredibly ornate, as they were garb of a noble person. And so you were able to take these pieces of material and get the leathers together, and you make sure that you're getting these individual like threads of, gold. And there was the female vampires' garments were of this emerald green. And so you were able to have the very beginnings of an emerald green vest with gold fringe, with a little tiny bit of white lace around the collar. And haven't completed it, but you're very close to using some of the leather pieces to begin cobble together the beginnings of Kitty's hat.
Someone make fan art.
I'm going to hold out the little hat to all of my new friends, and I'm gonna go, our circus is almost complete. Kitty's gonna be a dapper little guy.
What do Alindra and Dr. Manavel feel about the fact that they're somehow being conscripted into a circus, a hypothetical one?
It's very nice to be wanted.
Someone wants to pay me and I'll do teeth. I'm good. People get mad with me or run away. If you're going to hire me, I need money.
I need all 3 of you. I need all 3 of you to give me a perception check.
Oh no. I've been rolling so good. This is going to be trash. It's a 7.
It's a 6.
8.
6, 7, and 8.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I used up all of my dice rolls on make it a
But
little.
hey, Cedric has a bardic inspiration. Oh well, I guess it's been an hour, so it's past at this point.
The hour passes uneventfully,
Oh no. I don't like the sounds of that.
and you do feel as your strength returns, as the potion has its effect, and you feel just that getting that little bit of rest, Alindra, gives you that feeling that your magics are slightly more restored to you. Kalisa, the after effects of being in just extreme rage mode, yeah, it's all good. You're feeling groovy.
Hunky dory.
Even more so now that you're beginning to like really focus on your future ambitions of creating a garment for Kitty.
Elisa's like full on hyperfixating.
I really am. A sweet little neurodivergent baby just doing what makes my little heart happy.
As you guys rest, you do sense the ship begins to move towards Ilfang Prison. Once it's reached an altitude of about 800 feet in the air, it is now traveling partially obscured by this cloud bank that has moved in over the city. And you are able to see the moon above you. And you begin to make the very slow, purposeful move towards Ilfang Prison. And that is where we're going to take a break. And we're back. Just as a slight recap where we are floating high above the sky, now reaching at about 800 feet in the air. You are within a cloud bank. The moon is visible as you are soaring above the city of Ashcaleen, a city which has an air of mystery about it, as you just finished your first battle as a group together, ending off these vampiric assaulters, maintaining the boat's integrity, maintaining Diggory's safety, and coming out relatively unscathed. Nothing you couldn't handle. As you all find your place within the boat, Alindra, you, Kalisa, you place Kitty with Diggory, and Dr. Manavel, you use your board's spell to make them undetectable. And you go, you find your spot on the ship. Alindra, you find your spot just where you can sort of rest. Maybe one of you meditates, prays a little bit to whichever deity you worship. During this time of rest, you all are very fixated on trying to like get yourself back into a calm state, a focused state, a healed state, even retaining some of your powers, pulling it back to you. And during this time of rest, you're able to hear Diggory mumbling bits and pieces. It sounds broken, like they're having a conversation with somebody who isn't there.
Oh no.
This is what you hear. Hello. Oh my. Oh, that's disturbing. Well, at least it's a good end. No, I'm okay with it. At least I know it was worth something. And that's where this sort of ends.
Is Kitty talking?
Diggory? Who are you speaking to, love?
Oh, he looks down at Kitty. Kitty is looking up. Kalisa, you see Kitty with an expression on their face that you've never seen before. And you've studied Kitty. You've like held them, you've coddled them, you've done so many things that somebody would do with a kitten. But this is an expression that you've never seen. it's almost one of incredible, almost human-like wisdom paired with an intense sorrow. And Diggory looks at Kitty, looks up at you, Alindra, and you can see that he is visibly shaken, as if he's
what
just
did Kitty
received.
say to you?
I can't tell you. If I tell you, then it might not come true. And you see sort of him compose himself and pull himself together and find his courage. Best face forward. And you feel, and as he adjusts the tiller, you feel the ship begin to lurch forward ever so slightly as it begins to make, as it finished its climb, begin to make its way towards over Winterhold's Keep, over the North Docks, and steadily making its way so that it is almost directly over the canal of Ilfang Prison.
I think Alindra hates that cat now.
Dr. Manavel would like to get next to Diggory, please. And I sit next to him to be at level with him one more time.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I don't know what they said to you. I'm not going to ask. I will stand by my words. If there is a way to get your father out of there whole, I will do so. But my first priority is to make sure
I don't know who that is.
will be safe. But I will do my absolute best. And you've done an amazing job, Diggory. And that's the first time I say his name. And I put a tentacle on his shoulder.
He looks at you, Dr. Manavel. You're no longer an old man. You're fully...
Nah, the tentacle comes out of the disguise.
Okay. He looks at you, knowing what you actually look like. And he has one hand on the tiller, and he reaches up and like just taps the tentacle as it sort of like gently just sort of like comes towards him.
Very gingerly wraps around his hand very gently, and he feels like the suction, just like that pressure that Alan would let me do to him as affection. I'm not sucking any life out of him. It's just that little bit of sensory, just to know that someone is here next to you right now. I am here, and I'm whatever you need. I got you. I'm gonna get your dad out.
Dr. Manavel, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm full sobbing right now.
Not to, I'm trying not to.
Full sobbing. Like you can see them.
I
The
can see
tears.
your tears, though. You're gonna make me cry. I'm trying not to look at you. I can see you holding it together.
That's my first nat 20 of the game. It's a 22.
Nat 20.
Thank goodness.
Oh, that felt good.
Okay. Dr. Manavel, as you feel Diggory's hand around you feel your tentacle grasp Diggory's hand, there is a sudden flash. And whether it is because of something that Kitty has done, or something that is innately Diggory, or something to do with your psionic abilities, or a mixture of all three, you find yourself glimpsing like a series of scenes and visions. You're not entirely sure what they are, but Diggory is present. And you see him leave you at the canal. You arrive safely there. You see him leave you. You see him take on new passengers as they flee from a burning Ilfang. You see him flee with these other passengers. And eventually you see him as these scenes just speed through. You're barely able to comprehend them fully in this moment. You're just like, they're just glimpses cut together. And you see him grabbed by this armored hand. And you see that the armored hand belongs to a creature you've never seen before. Just this armored being with a circle for an eye, a blue circle covered in blue runes, grabbing him by the collar and yanking him down the well, down into a well. You feel just the wetness seep into Diggory's clothes. It almost seems like your minds are connected in this moment. And you realize this is a glimpse of a future.
Have I had any with my all of my telekinesis, all of my telepathy, all of my brain power, all of my elder brain power? Has this ever happened where I've seen prophecy?
I'll say this is the first time that you've ever
This
had
is the first
happen to
time.
you.
And the tentacle squeezes tighter.
As you squeeze Diggory's hand tighter, it shifts once again. And suddenly you see Diggory within the Temple of Talos, or at least you think it is, based because of what you've seen of the Temple of Talos in Ashcaleen, how there is this majestic crystalline spire that pierces through the top of this domed structure. And within this crystalline spire is housed these arcs of purple blue lightning. And you feel in this moment that Diggory is afraid. Calm, but afraid.
I look at my two friends, and you see Manavel is crying. You see purple ichor coming from his eyes, and he looks at you. Do you guys trust me? And I look at Diggory, and I go, I saw when you drop us off. You make haste. Do not wait for us. Do not be our exit. Your life is not worth a safe exit. We will get ourselves out of there. We will come for you. Meet us outside the perimeter in the north. We will come. Meet us at Brigida's. Yes, go meet us at Brigida's. Do not wait for us. I will not lose you.
As you grasp Diggory's hand tighter, the scene shifts once again. Suddenly Diggory is on a boat. And it is a green boat with a very weird banner on the back of it. A banner
Does it
that
say
you
just married?
It says just married. And you feel Diggory is looking out over the city, and you see, for the very briefest of seconds, the Temple of Talos is visible. There is this green shimmer, and suddenly it vanishes. And the scene shifts once again, and you see Diggory make it to the city, or a town. And you see several fishmonger on the docks as the boat makes harbor. They all say this is a town called Squall's End. And it's actually seems to be a hustling, bustling fishing village. It's fairly large. Based off of how the ship it's headed, and based off of the view that you had, you know that they were heading north. And you feel Diggory in this moment is happy. They feel safe. And they're surrounded by this new group of adventurers, people that you've never seen before in your life. There is a tiefling dressed in Solunic nun garb. There is what looks to be this iron-plated being, which you saw before, which with a circle for an eye. You see this very proud-looking elf-like woman. You see a humanoid cat. This is all things that these are beings that Dr. Manavel has never seen before and is experiencing for the first time. And you see this very almost comical looking dwarf as well, who looks like somebody who's trying really hard to look like a pirate. That Diggory suddenly grabs and squeezes back at the tentacle and says, please, doctor, once is enough. It's going to be okay. I'll be fine.
Get out of here.
I know what I need to do. It's going to be okay.
I don't want to lose. He cuts it off right there, and you can see like he's visibly shaken. Like, no.
Diggory withdraws his hand from the tentacle, and it's in this moment the scenes and the sparks and flashes of vision suddenly fade, and Kitty at this point comes next to Kalisa, gently winds their tail around your left leg, and then very adeptly just jumps until they're back once again on your shoulder, and they curl, and you can feel like they're exhausted, and they fall asleep, like sort of entwined in your pink hair, and they just are resting. You hear sort of the soft purrs as it vibrates on your shoulder.
Do?
You can see Diggory pull himself together once again, and you feel the sky skiff lurch once again as it begins to make a downward trajectory towards the canal. Not moving as slowly as before. He is definitely picking up speed, but instead of like really accelerating the engines, he is letting gravity sort of take you guys down a little bit faster than moving under like full power. He has a determined look in his face. And Dr. Manavel, have you shared everything that you saw, or are you keeping this to yourself?
I really don't think I need to. I'm through my disguise. They can both see I'm crying. I'm shaken. I don't think that without words, I'm not telepathically telling them what happened, but I'm telling you that you guys can clearly see I got bad news, and I am worried about this boy.
Okay. Just as Diggory's initial vision showed, you do arrive, slipping quietly in between the guard towers. Nobody seems to pay you all any mind. No one even seems to recognize you're there. You are able to gently hover directly over the water of the canal right in front of this grate.
I am seeing that everything that just happened. I pull the doctor aside and I go, "You helped me build this ship. Is there a way that we can get him to safety? Did you build anything in this that we can put it on autopilot and send it off?"
I put my hand on your shoulder, and I look at Diggory. You make haste. I would like to meet you again. And I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot. I'm going to cast a spell magic on this child in case that there is something that's been left on him. I know that's probably going to get rid of the non-detection, but if there was anything else that was placed on him, if it's 3rd level or lower, it would cease. And if it's higher than 3rd level, I should be able to roll for it.
Wouldn't that stop his legs from working?
Oh no, is that true? I don't want that.
You wouldn't necessarily know that.
I am a tinkerer. Can I at least make a check before I do
tell us that it was...
You did, I will say, you did notice this when you first encountered Diggory, that he has powered legs, and it does appear to be powered by some form of magic that is sort of woven into the overall armor.
Then I wouldn't do that, and I will just expel a bardic inspiration to him for the next 10 minutes, unfailing. And I look at them, I go, "Avoid all wells." And I pat him on the head, and I give him just a quick squeeze. "We have the gut going. Make haste, my friend." And he exits without looking back.
Alindra will walk up to Diggory and just embrace him and give him a kiss on the forehead.
and then leave.
I walk up to Diggory. I squat down to his level like I did the first time when I met him. And I try to smile, and he can see that I don't really fully understand what's going on. But I've read the room enough to where I know that he is in danger and he needs to get out of here. So I tell him, you know what needs to be done. Please let us meet again. And then I follow my friends out.
Yeah, you have all of us crying. You better not touch that damn boy.
Don't do this to us. I saw.
As you all exit the ship, Kalisa, I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh no. Please, 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 please. Oh no. No.
Can I cast guidance? No, I can't.
No, it's a 10.
Is it 10? It was for recognizing something very simple.
Okay.
As you are exiting the ship, you are the last one to leave. As you climb over the side and begin to lower yourself down into the water, you see Kitty perk up, look at Diggory, blink again, rub their ear, and Diggory sort of nods at Kitty. And then you're over the side, and you're gone. As you hit the water, Diggory doesn't appear to be wasting any time. He begins the slightly hastier ascension back up into the sky and does not appear to be noticed at all. And it looks like he has gotten away from any prying eyes or any more alert eyes that might be trying to see any intruders. At this point, you are in front of the sewer grate with the loose bar. What do you all decide to do?
I just push past the bar. I'm just going full steam ahead.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Okie dokie.
I think Manavel kind of, he doesn't understand people, but people do hold hands when they want to comfort. So he attempts to grab Alindra's hand. Not in a mean way or anything like that. Just like, I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now, but I'm leaking.
Leaking. Alindra is a lot warmer than you would expect when you touch her, but colder than you would also expect because she's bottling all that up right now. But she'll hold your hand. Just won't. She's not looking at you.
I don't think I'm looking at her either.
Yeah. She's like, I need to compartmentalize right now, and it's not working.
I am just taking all of my emotions out on this loose bar. I rolled a 18. I don't know how to feeling.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
You got an 18 on your strength check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Effortlessly, using your Goliath strength, you pry the bar out of the mortar, giving you guys enough space to make it through. You sort of have to duck down, and then you just sort of hunch over, and then you are inside this sewer canal that goes deeper into the prison.
I'll tug Doctor and start walking.
I'm still forward, not
Do
taking
any or all of you have dark vision?
I think
do,
I yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All of you have dark vision. Okay. As you begin to make your way into the canal, you do see that on either side there is what you might consider to be a sidewalk that goes on both sides of this canal once you make your way inside the interior of the prison. It is a tunnel, and you can see further down that there are ladders that go up into these passageways that go up into other parts of the prison.
I hold Alindra and I telepathic to Kalisa once we were inside in the dark. I believe I forgot to tell you something. What I am looking for are 2 containers, they orange and they purple, tadpole in them. These are my kin.
Oh my god, you're looking for tadpoles?
They are my kin, and I will be in very much trouble if I do not get these back. I know this is side mission to the people's lives, but I am telling you, this is not a side mission. If we do not get this back, we are all in big trouble. With Brigitta's map, is that a map of the actual prison itself too, or is it just of the
It
city?
is not just how to get there.
So I don't know. We need to get to the record
At this point, you
keeper.
can see down this tunnel, there are 4 ladders, 2 on either side, that, as far as you can tell, go to different parts of the prison.
Do any of them look recently used? Is there like dusts that's been...
Give me an investigation check.
It's yourself.
I'm going to cast guidance on myself as well before I do that, so that I can, just in caseies.
Okay.
Because I'm going to need it. What's my investigation?
How's everyone's makeup, everybody?
13. Look at me! Look at
Just-
me!
Just swell.
How dare you?
Was not fun. Hi, Mabel. I'm still emotionally wrecked.
Yep, I'm ruined.
So your investigation check was what again?
A 13.
13, and that was with the additional
I rolled a 7.
on a 13. As you begin to sort of very generally just try to compare certain things, and you do see that there is a ladder on your left that there are actual like boot prints on the rungs as they ascend up into the passageway.
Look over here. Do you see? There are boot prints up on this one. Doctor, are you able to sense anyone with your powers of deduction?
I sense 2 people and a god next to me.
Okay, not where I was going with that one. More like if we were to open the top of that a little bit, would you be able to?
I can do
know
one
if there are
better,
people above
and
us?
I disguise self as the captain, armor and all.
Maybe not the captain, because I don't think he'd be coming up through the water.
The glaive guy that
Better, much
fucked
better.
up.
All right, you're disguising yourself as a red guard. You're disguising yourself as Glaive Boy.
Glaive
Okay.
boy. I was very up close and personal. I sucked sucked his face a little bit.
Yeah, you knew him
I was the first
intimately.
one to suck face in this game. Hell yes.
You were. When we are gonna go up at the top, I would like to, before we both get out, I would like to cast prestidigitation twice and create manacles on Kalissa and myself, or
Okay,
so that we look like prisoners.
prisoners. Okay, Goliath and a elf prisoner, okay. Being led by a red guard. Right, you do that.
Put your if you guys are armed, they are not going to believe this. You're muted.
Me?
Mm.
I have no weapons.
I have weapons.
Yeah, you have Alindra's
I do have
weapons.
I have a like a hand cross thing, but that's like in my dress.
I just, still emotionally wrecked, sling off my backpack and just throw it.
You're just dropping
Give
it
it to-
in the tunnel.
He's.
Okay.
Did you have a bag that eats everything?
Ew, I'm really sad. You want
You have a bag of holding?
I thought you did.
I don't have a bag of holding. We need a bag of holding.
DM.
and what do you want from me? I'm really sad. Everybody's crying. I'm crying. take my weapon.
No, Lisa, I just need you to cover them up. I look you before we go up, and apparently I'm giving pep talks all around. I look at you, I go, we chose you for a reason, and if we cannot get his father out, he has no chance of living. So I need you to get it together, okay?
I can't. And I just take my backpack and kind of shove everything in very carelessly to where it kind of looks like I might have something, but maybe not. And I put my backpack back on and I just kind of do this motion.
I give you a hug.
I just cry.
At this point, is my face next to Kitty's?
No. You're still in Red Guard. So the Red Guard disguise technically is only just slightly taller than Dr. Alan Manovel. I'm going to use their their full proper name to describe the Doctor disguise. When I just say Manovel or Dr. Manovel, it's going to be
the Doctor.
The Doctor. So yeah, you're basically grabbing Khaleesa around the waist, or just barely above the waist.
You have got this, my friend. But I'm going to need you to hold it in. We can talk about our emotions later, because I do not understand what I'm feeling either. I'm still leaking.
We can leak together. After.
To do this again.
Understand what's happening, and that makes me feel even more sad.
I'm just picturing a female Goliath in this dark tunnel, just weeping. Meanwhile, this high elf is just trying to maintain their composure, and this mind flayer who's disguised as a small, very oddly shaped elderly person is just
also sobbing.
Yeah, everybody's just sort of like having their crying moment.
He was a cute kid, okay?
I would like to like walk over to you guys, kind of reach up and like really reach for your Khaleesa's face and like bring it down to mine.
I put the hoverboard under you.
Be like, we need to focus, or else none of us are getting out of here, including
Absolutely.
Kitty.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
You're
but
strong.
I'm gonna need something from you.
What's that?
I need you to promise that you'll join my circus.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I will join your circus for as long as I am able.
And just like that, I'm back to being like happy and everything's fine.
I feel a little bamboozled.
That is a quote, by the way.
A little bamboozled right now, but
All right. I hide my weapons a little bit better and I kind of roll my shoulders back and I'm like cracking my neck. All right, let's go.
Do I have to do a different accent with guard uniform?
You're fine.
You want the disguise to be better.
I don't think I heard if he even said anything.
That's true. You didn't.
I'm gonna talk like this. How's that?
Yes, that's exactly what everyone sounds like here.
Sounds good. Let's go, prisoners.
All right.
Get myself killed.
That's uncanny. That's exactly
what he sounded like.
That's what he sounded like. Yeah. As you begin to make your way through this tunnel after just leaving, getting up out of the ladder passageway, you begin to go down this hallway. You begin to see placements for torches on either side of the hall that seem to be staggered every 10 or so feet. This hallway is still dark, although you are able to see that it's not like an abandoned hallway. This is definitely used, but it's dark, which means nobody's walking in the dark right now, as far as you know. And you basically comes to a T, and there is a passageway that goes left and one that goes right.
It doesn't have to have signs, does it? Record keeper and tadpoles this way.
Are there lights coming from anywhere or sounds coming from either side?
Give me a perception check.
I'm also casting guidance on myself again.
I am proficient with perception. Could I give advantage on this one?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, good, because I rolled a 3.
Who is leading the way?
The confident high elf.
I'll say me with a 16.
16. Okay. Who is behind Elindra?
I guess
No.
Technically, I guess it would be if you're technically being prodded forward by a red guard, it would be Elindra, Kalisa, then
right. It would
Yes.
be.
Get out! Go faster, you dirty prisoners! No, crap! I did it in the wrong accent.
You're saying this out loud.
Get back, you dirty prisoners!
That's uncanny, really.
It's almost like he's here. As you begin to make your way, what did you roll, Elindra? Was it 16?
Yes.
So on a 16, there are lights and sounds that are coming from both sides. One, as you look down the left-hand tunnel, you do see that it appears to be a guard station of sorts. There appears to be at the end of the hallway, opens out into a room. It looks to be fairly small. In the center of it, there is a table that is illuminated by torchlight, and there are 3 red guard that are sitting around the table. On the far wall, on the other side of them, you see another red guard who is standing in front of 3 crystalline mirrors. And this red guard is different in that they are wearing a white cape, and they begin to pass their hand over the mirrors, and you see different images that are reflected, and they seem to be different portions of the prison, from what you can tell. To your right, on the right-hand side going down, there's also illuminated by torchlight, dimmer, but they didn't light every single torch. It's like one every 20 feet. You begin to see.
I message both of my companions and tell them what I've seen, and I'm like, I think there's a break room over there. That one looks like he's using some sort of divination to watch the whole prison, and cells the other way.
I have an idea. Elindra, could you make the smell of smoke? Because if we can get to that with mirror, we might be able to find the record keeper in record time and get everyone out of here. All we need to, if it's just an item, maybe, and not him doing it, that might be worth looking into, because then we're not looking around blind.
Does can I tell if the mirror is magical or if he's just casting some sort of like scry?
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm going to say you wouldn't be able to tell that from this distance, not without getting closer. You're not sure at this point whether it's innately him that's doing something or if it's the mirror itself.
It may not be the mirror. It may be a spell.
Either way, if we both do smoke smells and possibly make it look like smoke, they might vacate. Vampires do not like fire. You made that abundantly clear.
I have a counter offer. I got an idea. What if we start a prison riot?
I don't have keys yet.
Yeah.
But
that would
It's
just
a-
be a
I could
slaughter.
punch things and it'd make people mad. And maybe
That
get
you-
keys.
You know what? I think that we're going to put that one on the back burner as plan B. That's a great plan. I love the contribution. But we are trying to be stealthy and not
I
loud
can
right
have-
now.
But I can have ideas too.
We never said you couldn't. You've had some brilliant ideas.
Thank
Um,
you.
I
this-
just this one is an idea.
Uh-huh. You told me that I can have ideas, and I'm having an idea right now. You believed in me. And I just think that we should maybe not put a pin in this one and actually do it. Because I'm starting to feel feelings again, and I just want to punch things.
God damn it.
I'm gonna need something from you
Olin-
too, Doctor.
Olindra, I don't know what to say here.
Can you promise me that you'll join my circus too? And maybe we can
thought
do
you were
You manipulative little child.
It would make me feel a lot better about everything that's happened over the
We
past.
are Kalisa, we are in the middle of a very deadly situation, and this is the focus right now.
I just really need the hope to make it through.
Kalisa, you are my friend. You didn't have to ask me. Of course, I'll join your circus. There was never an issue with that. I will do whatever you. We are friends, are we not?
Okay.
Now, can we not destroy this place and possibly find the tadpoles that might destroy the world? I mean, are very important to me.
Okay, wonderful. So, what we need to find is
The
a
tadpoles
storage.
that might destroy the world. Are we gonna acknowledge this?
You guys go ahead. Now, you guys go ahead, and I will go to the break room before they see you.
But we're your prisoners. We can't just wander off because then it would be my idea again where it's a prison riot. I thought we were trying to be stealthy.
Oh my god, we cannot have this. Why did we not have this conversation on the boat? My god. Oh my god.
Oh, baby!
Thank you so much.
For those of you who are watching, if you have just brought your players through a potentially traumatic, slightly emotional, and deeply sad moment, maybe, the best thing to do in that situation is to definitely show them pictures of tiny cats wearing little green vests.
And hats.
Don't even argue. It's science. It's proven.
Oh
It
my
worked.
gosh, it's the cutest thing I've
It's-
ever seen in my entire freaking
That is so adorable.
Oh,
Anyway,
is this candy?
I'm gonna message you back and say, take her to the break room. I'm gonna go and see if we can talk to this guard.
You take Kalisa to the break room.
You said you wanted to go to the break room.
I don't know if prisoners are supposed to be in there.
Yeah, well, you're still delivering.
Oh, fucking dumb. Let's go. And I confidently bring Kalisa into the break room.
I drop my manacles and I fold my hands in front of me very primly and walk towards the wet guard with the white cape.
as you begin to make your way down the hall, you are now illuminated by the torchlight. You see the three red guard at the table. You see them see you, Kalisa, and you are very large. Alindra, you are comparatively much smaller. They do see behind you is another red guard. They immediately get up from the table and they look like they take their weapons, and then they see you, Dr. Manovel.
Cease and desist.
God damn it.
I have expertise in deception, by the way.
What? What?
So for disguise, what is the DC?
Oh no. That's a really good question. I will let you know right now.
Do I need to make a deception check? I got a +1 in it.
It's intelligence investigation against a DC 15.
Okay. 2 of those 3 whip out their swords.
Fuck me. I immediately fucked this up, guys.
I don't think I've noticed that because I was doing something else.
And they're still hesitant. They're looking at Dr. Manovel. One of them has gotten up, but he doesn't seem the least bit bothered by the sudden appearance. He's a little hesitant at first, and he sees Dr. Manovel. Ah, Gregor, what are you doing in Ilfang?
I was told by the captain to bring this in over here for dessert. He likes them big. I've been to a bar way too many times.
What are you talking about dessert for?
I rolled.
Do you not? He wants to make kisses.
Dr. Manovel, give me a perception check.
I am HR, so I'm trying not to say this naughtily, okay? I am trying so very hard. Are you up perception?
Yep.
I'm 24.
On a 24, which I will point out is, just based off of math, is higher than a 16. You do realize in this moment, these Red Guard are not vampires.
He likes his women big.
What are you talking about, Gregor? These
I-
are prisoners, and
I wink.
I'm gonna go ahead.
give me a deception check.
I'm also going to do a deception check because I'm kind of picking up on the plan.
Alindra, what are you doing?
And I
As
want
I'm-
to
This happened so quickly that I don't know if I should
You've
stop.
lost. You've lost.
I'm going towards the guy that I think has the magic because I don't want him coming out and joining this fight.
He seems very much focused on the mirrors. He has not even acknowledged anything happening behind him.
Is there a door that I can close?
So at this point you've entered the room. There is a door behind you, to your left.
I close the door and I ignite.
Oh, come on. I didn't.
And I drop what I look like.
What? We have another reveal?
And you see an elf made out of blue flame.
May I drop
gets
Yes,
the art?
Drop the image.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
So when am I going to tell you guys that I got a natural 20 on my expertise deception for a 30?
Yes.
That would have been really great.
Well, yeah.
Before this moment.
Oh my god.
I'm just checking. I'm wanting to make sure that I'm putting in the art that you selected. Okay, got it.
My heart is like oh.
Are you my mommy?
We said it! It was said! He is fire in both senses of the word. Oh my gosh. I didn't think she could get even hotter, but she did.
I love how many fire puns you've put in that.
Right?
Thank you. I think I am a bard in real life. Oh my goodness. What an absolute babe.
I don't know why this would ruin the plan. I feel like she's a great distraction.
As the door closes, Alindra, seeing how the room is situated, seeing how the one in the white cape has not even noticed or even acknowledged anyone's presence, knowing that potentially not fully aware yet to the extent of what their position is in this room, not necessarily they know the location, but what their job is per se. Being the other members of your party, they are behind you and slightly to the right. You have a full field of whatever you want to do in front of you. It's not so much that you drop a disguise. It's suddenly that your true self begins to bleed and flame out of you. And you appear to catch on fire, but as if the flame itself is slowly moving and organic. As sort of the tendrils of flame begin to crawl over your wrists and arms, over your neck and face, over the rest of your body, not taking away, not burning away the dress, but it's suddenly as if you're all of the pores on your body are leaking smoke and flame and magma until you are fully wreathed in this blue and orange inferno. What do you choose to do? I'll say in this moment, this can be, we'll consider this to be a surprise round, as the guards were, except for the one in the white cape, the guards were fully focused on Dr. Manavel and Kalisa. You suddenly stepped in, closed the door, and
I would like to first, they're not vampires.
They do not appear to be vampires now.
Can I get a sense of maybe how strong I think they are, and if perhaps we can intimidate them into silence.
I'll say, given that you're not a monk and not necessarily able to extract aspects from these, you would have to take a full action to really try and suss out and use a perception check to figure out like how stacked these guys might be. I'll say, based off of your sort of cursory inspection on that 16, these look to be about as normal Redguard as you have seen already. These do, and the knowledge that they're not vampiric and that they appear to be regular humans, much like the Gabe and Silas were, the two guards that you convinced had shat themselves. Even at this very moment, no, they wouldn't still be shitting themselves or thinking that they're shitting themselves.
No, it's way past that.
Way past that. But they appear to be very similar to those guys. What
I do is I walk in, like I drop that, I light up, I have my hands kind of like in a very demure, like I'm of nobility and in charge here. And I say, sit down.
The queen down.
The queen has sent me herself.
Everyone's like, I volunteer as tribute.
I am not fireproof, but would you like to stop, drop, and roll with me?
Oh,
dang, that was
good. Sorry, I was caught up in the mommy of the moment.
That's me, we all were.
What you decide to do. So you flame on and you say, sit down. Okay. I need you at this when you utter those words, the guard in the white cape turns around and you see that his eyes are a pure white. He does appear still human, but his eyes are white, and then suddenly he blinks and he's suddenly aware of everything in the room, and he seems visibly shocked by your appearance, by the sudden appearance of all three of you. Give me an intimidation check. I will say with advantage.
Boom. Let's go, Alindra. Let's go.
Oh, and can I guidance myself? I'm totally doing this every time.
Sure.
Just auto guidance. We use guidance as a reaction in my games.
Okay. Yeah, we do that for mine too. So that is, what do I add to this? Oh, it's +8. 22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 3, a 9, a 16, and an 18. The 3 and the 9, they immediately sit down. The guy who is in the white cape, who doesn't have a chair, suddenly just sits on the floor. And the other two who rolled the higher rolls, they very slowly like put their swords back and then slowly sit down. Their eyes still, they're afraid of you, but they're very like they're very alert right now.
But I flare just a little bit.
It's because I rolled a natural 20 on my deception. What is the likeliness I can pretend that I am afraid of this as well?
Or I would say very likely, considering you've never seen it before.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. I mean, I'm so scared.
I'll try and keep this up, and I turn to you and I'm like, quiet.
Okay, now sit down.
I have something I have been sent for, and that's to the white guard.
What?
Glass vials with tadpoles in them, I believe. Orange and blue.
What do you want with the slithers?
What? Give them to me.
They're not here. I'd have to go. I have to go outside.
So do it. Quickly, quietly, and return.
He gets up very hurriedly and like gathers his cape around him, and he moves along the wall because he doesn't want to get anywhere near any of you. A little bit
higher.
He's like very carefully. He's like, excuse me, and he looks at Kalisa. I have to get to the door. Can you open
Before he goes through, my hand comes out, and just in front of him, it stops. This is to be done quietly. Is that clear?
Oh, yes, Mom. Yes, of course.
Now go.
Right away. And he like very quickly disappears down the hall and is lost to sight. And meanwhile, the one guy who was like, Gregor, what is this? He's looking at you sitting on the floor.
What is what? What is what? I don't know what's going on. I'm so afraid.
Did I say you could speak?
No, Mom.
Everybody at the table
Manavo, telepathically in your head. Please don't be mad at me. I mean, do not be mad at me.
What is Kalisa doing during all of this?
I can't hide my giddiness. And so I'm just smiling like I am now. I'm just like,
Manavo pulls you down to sit. Like,
I was already sitting because she said sit, and I was like, okay, pretty lady, I will sit wherever you.
I'm not. You would punch. You're setting my heart to blaze.
The mirrors. Well, I'm just like walking around, kind of taking things in. Like, do the like dust thing where you're like, like I'm
like a
unimpressed with
shitty
this.
god post.
Yes.
When she gets close, I'll flinch. Like,
at this point, Alindra, as you are conducting your cursory inspection of the prison, you happen to glance over at Kalisa. Specifically, the kitty on her
that
shoulder.
I now fully hate. I blame
And
Kitty.
If a cat could smile, that's what they're doing.
We're both smiling.
I'll just say Kitty is smiling slightly more creepier than you.
Do I think that this is I recognize what you are smile?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, fuck. Yes. 19 on the dice. Plus insight, which is just 1, so 20.
On a 20. It's definitely not a look of recognition.
I don't know if no. Okay, yeah. I just narrow my eyes and glare just a little bit. Are there any information books around here?
Sorry, what?
Information. Anything that we can look through?
Besides the mirrors, there does appear to be a logbook that is on a desk next to the mirrors. On the other side of the mirrors, there appears to be a silver, not a silver, but like an iron or stainless steel platter that looks to have like different chalices and cups for wine, along with like a loaf of to be like, bread of some kind, very hearty oat bread that looks to have like, and then there's some butter like on a little tiny platter on top of it.
Okay, so 2 things. One, I'd like to read the logbook, just flip through the logbook and see what it says. And then I would like to take a little bit of the butter and give it to Kitty because, that's what I do with my cats. But also, I still blame the kitty.
Okay. You give the butter. The butter's, or the kitty is still sitting on Kalisa's shoulder, staring at you with this sort of odd smiling look, like this smirk almost.
Like cat caught the canary?
Yeah. And you give it the butter. It takes it and begins to just, still eyes very much on you, but it begins to slowly just eat this small piece of butter that you've given it. Coming back, you begin to look through the logbook and you see just want to be very clear here. Dr. Manavel, you did not give details about the things that you saw with Diggory. This is not something that was shared at that moment, or hasn't been shared.
I shared emotions. I did not share what
specific images.
No.
Got it. As you begin to look through the logbook, you see that there have been a lot of arrests that have happened within the last week. And they appear to be people of all different species. Also some humans as well. You do see that Diggory's father is in the logbook, Sir Alexander. And you do see that there have been several cultists who were, I guess, doing some sort of, proselytizing within the Starriness district, and they were arrested. You do see that there is.
Hang on. Tell me. Tell me a little bit more about that one.
Just as
cultists.
Just looks to be 4 cultists.
Okay.
There's no real description beyond that. It seems to be a very just cursory examination logbook. Not providing
data.
Specific details.
Does it tell me where they are?
It does. There are, but it looks to be the cultists look to be at towards the main gate of the prison, main entrance to Ilfang. There are Alexander is in the hallway opposite. He is housed there. And there appears to be one log that is odd. It looks to be a log for an elf, but also with a W marker question mark.
And I have no idea what that would be at all.
No.
Okay. So
there's a certain designation being given to this elf. You do also see that there was a tiefling, a tabaxi, and a bunch of other various protesters that have been brought in from protests around the main docks in Merkden. You do see that there are several pickpockets that have been brought in. And there is also, next to some of the pickpockets and some of the protesters, there are designations, like letter designations, that are a W, but with another asterisk, ND.
I'm writing this down.
And that is sort of where the logbook ends. You this is again a lot of data, both, but it also sort of designates that where some of these prisoners have been offloaded.
Yeah, I'm going to message Dr. Manovel and Kalissa and say, Diggory's father is in this cell. It's right down here. There are also, and I list off a tabaxi, or this or that, like the people that are here in case anyone is looking for them. And then I turn. I haven't put the book down. I'm just holding it, and I turn really slowly to look at Dr. Manovel, and I say, "Take that one to a cell, will you?" As a way to.
Yes, ma'am. And I go.
There's like an exaggerated eye roll.
But she sets my heart ablaze, and I, under my breath, as I walk Kalissa out. And I think we immediately go to Sir Alex's cell.
All right. As Kalissa, as you issue the order, Dr. Manovel immediately in apparently Gregor's armor stands and takes hold of Kalissa, who is in her manacles, and leads her out of the room, down the hall into the other hallway, the adjoining hallway that has that cells in it. And as you begin to look, there's definitely a cell, and you see a human who appears to be wearing clothes that sort of denote a noble station. He has brown hair, and he has he appears to be in his mid to late 40s. He seems to be a little roughed up, and not entirely sure how long he's been in this cell. The cell directly opposite, there looks to be the naked body of the elf that was in that logbook.
As a medical professional with expertise in medicine.
No! Werewolf? W? Naked body?
Where are you Well, you're just saying words.
why is the elf naked? If there's not like maybe like W for werewolf, like are you just like
I-
looking around and finding out?
We are long past that, my friend. But as a medical professional with expertise, is he deceased or is he breathing? Can I at least
Which one?
the one that's lying on the floor?
The elf.
Yes.
He's not deceased. Looks to be breathing.
Okay. He's not my priority right now. Sir Alex Watsford? Alexander? I say out loud.
The human in the cell opposite immediately stirs upon hearing a name. He collects himself, sort of very painfully gets up. You can see the back portions of his tunic are completely ripped to shreds, and there are bloody marks where he has been clearly whipped, as his back has been just really beaten and just a lot of blood.
Brigitte sent us.
Immediately perks up when he hears the name.
I hand him through the bars my healing potion of 10.
Okay.
And I look at Kalisa. Can you open the door? Quietly. I am proficient in stealth. I would like to try and put some cloth of my own jacket over the lock as she kind of shifts it to try and muffle any sounds.
Two things. Dr. Manovel, give me a stealth check.
I would love to.
Kalisa, give me a strength check.
You betcha.
That is a dirty 20.
Um,
Oh no. What you have strength.
it's a nat 1 plus 4, so my brain is
thankfully,
still on
that was a nat 20 and a nat 1. That
Can't
is,
tell.
or a dirty 20 and a
Dirty
nat. That Kalisa maybe slightly misinterpreting how to
She thinks the manacles are still on her.
get the door open. You try to slam your entire body into the door. Meanwhile, Dr. Manovel has very tried to do their best to expertly muffle any sounds of movement that might be given from something slightly less happening. There is a noise, but it doesn't appear to alert anybody. The door does not budge.
Kalisa,
Huh?
I love you. Will you please put your back into it and I give you a bardic inspiration? I need you to throw it back. Seriously.
Right.
And I again muffle it, but now I'm making my hand into a target of where she should punch.
Okay.
Kalisa, give me a strength check again.
All right. This time I rolled a 7.
Well, actually, this would be an attack. This will be an attack because whereas originally you were throwing your body, this is a targeted attack against the lock.
Okay. All right.
You don't have to use the D8, by the way. But
Okay. I rolled a 17.
17.
plus,
Plus 4 plus the bardic inspiration. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think I got it.
So that's a 21 plus whatever the D8 rolls. I'll just roll it for you. That is a plus 4. So that is a 25. To say that this lock doesn't hold is a very gross understatement. The block literally pulverizes as you just sort of pass your hand through the metal and knock the lock portion onto the other side of the cell. Kalisa, you were then able to open the cell to a very stunned Sir Alex.
Hello.
Kalisa,
Why is
Alex,
Kalisa so cute? this giant of a woman.
gentle
is
giant is exactly what
exactly.
she is.
And then I turn over to the doctor and I say, "Thank you for your love. It really helped."
I don't think I said love.
I'm pretty sure you said love.
I don't think I said
think we
love.
all heard it. And then
I mean, I heard it from here.
Shit.
I'm not even there.
Sir Alexander walks out. As he walks out, you can see him looking very pointedly at the other cell. And he says,
We're going to need your help to get out of here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for rescuing me, friends. I suggest we leave this place as soon as possible.
We need to get the others out. Diggory is safe for now, but we need to get out of here fast.
Diggory, where is he? What has happened?
He dropped us off. There was a prophecy. It's a long story that we do not have time to talk about, but
He dropped you off? Where is he?
on the sky ship.
He's visibly upset. Guy ship? What?
Do you really want to have this argument right now, my friend?
I'm not arguing. Just...
Hmm?
We need to get out of here immediately.
Where are the other rebels?
He points over at the cell directly opposite him, and he points at the body lying on the floor. At this point that you recognize that on the floor of the opposite cell is just puddles of blood and viscera and gore just all around this one.
It's more than one body. I am a medical professional. It's more than one body.
Give me a medicine check.
I would love to. Oh. Woof. Woof. Whiff on that. That is a 11.
From what you can tell, it's a lot of blood. It's definitely more than one body.
Okay.
Not entirely sure how many bodies this amount of blood would leave, but it is definitely more than one.
I look at Alex and I go, are they all gone? Are you the last one? Quickly.
Some of the others were taken. They were taken to work on the North Docks. I don't know what has become of them. The others, I don't know what is happening in the city right now. My captors, and he gestures towards the hall and the guard post at the end of it. The ones in there were not the guards. There was a changeover a couple hours ago. They were not the guards who allowed this to happen. The other rebels were taken from the cell that you found me in, and
Okay.
they put them in that thing's cell. All I could do was close my eyes and hear the screams. And he just sort of like
unfazed.
stares into the middle distance and is...
And I snap my fingers. Come back. We cannot focus on that right now. We need to get you out of here. So
Right.
I have to trust, and I look at Kalisa, we have to trust that Alindra has this under control and she can get my temples back. I hate the fact that I have to do this, but we have to get him out. I look at him again. Is there a way to get to the other hallway without going through the break room? I think that's what Alindra called it.
The other hallway?
So you said there's two different rooms. I'm assuming that we're on the other side where the...
You went down it.
Yeah, you went down that other
Oh,
hallway.
so are we on in the hallway?
The hallway came to a T, and there was a guard post, and then another hallway that has cells, and then it continues to go down, and it looks like it goes into another T.
Can I just beeline it for? Can I get him to the sewer?
You could take him back the way you came.
I'm gonna try and get him to the sewer. I think that's the quickest exit we got, and I don't have sending. I have no way to tell Alindra this.
Okay.
I think
All right.
that the priority is to get him out.
I'll just say, Alindra, give me a perception check.
I guess-
20.
Ooh.
That is a nat 20. As you are still very much aflame, Kalisa, you see Kalisa and Dr. Manavel take this human person back down. You see them go back down the hall, back towards the ladder that goes down into the canal. You see them go immediately that way. As you are also looking through the room, you see on these crystalline mirrors, several images continue to flicker at like set moments, like every 4 to 5 seconds. There's a new feature or there's a new scene of different parts of the prison. You see rooms that are clearly rooms for torture. You do see an area outside the prison in like the main, like past still within the gates of the prison, but it is a large open area that has this guardhouse. And you also see many different other portions of the prison that have cells that have other people in them. And as you're going through, you do see in one cell, there happens to be a tabaxi and a tiefling. And they appear to be in a cell together. And it would appear, I'm going to say on a nat 20, you see this, that in the tabaxi's hand, there appears to be a dagger of different than anything you've seen. It is actually a tonto. It's a shortened blade. And you see them trying to pick the lock.
Wow.
At this point, though, you, as the crystals flicker through a couple more scenes, suddenly at the gate, you see it briefly crack, and then there was an explosion of fire. You see several different individuals come in, and suddenly there is loud blaring, and there is the sounds of an uproar happening within the prison.
Prison riot!
Did we go to Plan B already?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
You see the red guard in the white cape. He runs out into the open area, seeing the gate explode, and he's immediately cut down by a series of spells that just completely disintegrate him.
He was supposed to give me my dad balls.
He has. I'm sure. Did he have them? Is he coming back?
He was getting out. He was going out of the prison. Looked like he was headed in the direction of the guard post that was outside.
Okay. I look at the guards and I say, "This cell has an escape without escaping." And I tell them about the person with the lockpick.
As you tell them, you see that both as the crystal flickers back to that scene, you see that both the tiefling and the tabaxi are no longer in the cell.
And I'm like,
cell's doors are open.
I'm like, run along, you should get them.
And as you see this, you also see many different forms and different peoples all within that cell area suddenly make a run for the main door. And you just hear the cacophony of explosions, but also the sound of battle happening up in the upper levels of the prison. And you hear all these cries just echoing through the halls. I'm going to say on a nat 20.
That cool thing that you're thinking about, you should totally do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You really should.
On a nat 20. At this point, Kalisa and Dr. Manavel, you get Sir Alexander down into the canal. And I need you both to give me a perception check.
Oh, dear. Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
Nat 20?
Yeah, no, I did not get that.
Okay. Kalisa, you're like holding Sir Alexander's arm as you're bringing them out of the sewer grate. Dr. Manavel, you are also helping them move through the sewers, or through the sewer grate. Kalisa, on a nat 20, you don't see anything,
okay,
but you feel the presence of something passing around you.
Oh no.
Another form, maybe two forms that have suddenly moved past you and are moving back the way you came. Back towards the ladders and towards the upper level of the prison.
Oh, towards me.
Yep.
On a 20, am I able to vibe them out and sense if they are going to harm my dear friend?
You can't see anything. You don't know who
I
or
just
what it is.
I just feel a presence.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no.
Kalisa has to make a vibe check without seeing anything.
I know. I'm checking the vibe. I'm checking the air. I got no thoughts in my brain.
Diggory his father.
Oh no, what a
Get
dilemma.
Diggory his father.
I gotta get Diggory his father.
Oh man, I look at Kitty and I know that Kitty can feel it too. Kitty doesn't even have to do anything. I know that Kitty can feel it. And I look at the doctor and I make eye contact and I say, please get Diggory his father, and I go back in.
Okay.
Oh god.
Wait! Get my damn tadpoles!
I'll get you tadpoles, I swear.
Promise,
That's
because if
where
I'm
I
going,
will be heading.
you, as you're going away, you hear in your head, you better, because I'm not joining any circus without those.
Roger that.
As you begin to make your way back into the prison, Dr. Manovel, you and Sir Alexander are he's sort of like slumped over, like putting his weight on you. He's very weak. He's sort of just leaning against you. You see Kalisa move back into the sewers, back towards the way you came. Kalisa, you're still not able to see anything. Nothing is visible.
Mm-hmm.
It would appear that whatever presence you felt is moving well nigh invisibly right now. Alindra, the guards are still in the room with you. They're still very, very afraid. They look very frightened of you. They are very much still seated. You do see, as the scenes flicker through on the crystal mirrors, you do see suddenly these massive impacts on the main grounds. You feel the shakes and the tremors, and as the impacts occur, you recognize that they are firebolts from above, and they're just impacting the grounds. And suddenly, you see prisoners just making their way out of Ilfang, and you see the archers on the walls just sort of trying to pick them off. But you also see several of these archers being taken out by this group of people just wielding spells wildly with complete disregard for these Red Guard, as they are like taking them out one by one by one. But you see that these firebolts are just impacting the ground all around them. And it's at that point that you look back down towards the hall with the cells. And I need you to give me a perception check.
16.
16. On a 16, you see, standing in front of the cell that houses the appearing to be an elf, you see a tiefling, appears to be male, standing with another elf with a horrible scar across their face. There are words, can't hear them because of the din that is happening all around you, and you feel the prison start to shake. And you see sort of like the dust from the ceiling as it appears that the structure of this prison is currently being assaulted.
Mm.
And with almost lightning speed, the elf, after a conversation happens with the thing that's inside the cell, you see this beast suddenly appear, get larger. The elf suddenly becomes just fur, just comes out of its arms and its chest, and suddenly the snout suddenly elongates from its face, and it is standing 2 feet taller than this elf was before, and it is taking up the space almost of the frame of the cell door. Just as quickly as that happens, the elf on the other side of the gate, or of the cell door, with lightning speed produces a dagger and stabs this thing in the neck, and gouts of blood just shoot out of its neck, and you hear a death gurgle. And this thing falls down slowly to the ground, still speaking, and then is quiet.
So they're passing information.
You're not entirely sure what the conversation was. At this point, the guards, they look at you. Khalees is still there. You have their attention, fully wrapped in this moment. Mom, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with us?
You should probably escape now.
Really? You're really going to? We can leave?
You should probably leave.
As you are saying this, you sort of are able to just glance back down the hall, and the elf and the tiefling are no longer there. The guards immediately, they stand and very worriedly look at you, backing away from you. Still, you are fully encased in fire. You are... So many things that I want to say incarnate right now, but I'm not going to. You are just fully terrifying in this moment, and they immediately, as they get to the door, they sort of back through it, and then they turn tail and they run back down, all the way down the hall, not towards the canal, but towards the other hallway that leads towards the other section of the prison. It's at this point that there is a severe impact, and you see the ceiling begin to buckle where you are. You see the brick and mortar above you just sort of like crack, and it holds its position for the moment.
I'm gonna run back towards the to get out.
Okay. As you do, you see Khaleesa coming back up the ladder towards you.
I drop my flame, like it goes back inside me, and I'm like, we need to go now. We need to go now.
That's what I was coming to tell you.
Okay, wonderful. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Also, I am very sorry that I yelled at you.
It's okay. I liked it.
Okay. We'll discuss that later, shall we?
Sure.
Full on choked, guys. I full on choked on an Oreo.
Oh my god.
Oh my
So
God.
many jokes.
You're
Yes.
making me rise like the phoenix.
Wow. You descend the ladder, you get back down into the canal. You are able to see off down the tunnel towards the end the form of Dr. Manavel and Sir Alexander. You were able to get to them and are able to get out of Ilfang prison. It's at this point, who has the highest passive perception?
I think it's Doctor.
Dr. Manavel, as you make your way, you're still bearing a little bit of the weight of Sir Alexander, but Khaleesa is now like right there, and he sort of like grabs onto her arm and sort of supports himself on her very large biceps. You see the impacts of these firebolts are coming from these sky ships above you, and they are literally firebolt after firebolt is being thrown by the red mages who are at the very tips of, or at stations on top of these air sky skiffs. And
The red mages?
there are red mages on top of these sky skiffs, and the sky skiffs are moving. They do not have any current armament, but they're being used by these red mages to drop all of these firebolt down on the ground. From what you can tell, though, it looks like these firebolts aren't necessarily finding a mark per se. It looks like they're firing indiscriminately. Like they can't see what they're aiming at, but they know it might be something somewhere there.
So the red mages are burning down the prison.
The red mages are attacking or trying to attack something in particular, but they can't see it, and they are pretty sure that it's somewhere in or around the main grounds of the prison. It's at this point, Dr. Manavel, as you guys are making your way back through the canal, the guard posts are on either side of you, completely abandoned. You hear the faint sound of a whirring engine, an engine of a sky skiff that you are familiar with, and it sounds like it passes overhead.
Are we talking about little boy? Are we talking about...
Is he going into the fight?
No, he's going away from the prison. He's going away from the prison, and seems, based off of the sound alone, you can't see where it's coming from. Dr. Manavel, you can make the assumption that it is because whatever spell Diggory was using or had at his disposal when he was on the sky skiff, when he got you to the prison, he is currently using it to get away from the prison right now. So you being on the ground can't see where the ship is, but you can hear it.
Were they firing at him?
You give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Based off of the way the fire is tracking, these fire bolts are tracking, it seems that they are getting closer, but they are also completely indiscriminate. Some are shooting off into the sky, some are shooting down into the ground. You all are doing your best, since you're in the canal. You are all very able to evade any firebolts, since they're not firing into the canal itself. They're firing on either side. One of them even hits like one of the guard towers, and the guard tower just explodes into a fireball. But they are all, these 4 sky ships are now moving towards Winterhold's Keep. And it would appear, based off of the sound that you can identify as the engine of Diggory's sky skiff, that it is moving away in a southwesterly direction. Alindra and Kalisa, you've moved Sir Alexander all the way down to the opposite end of the canal, just traveling the canal because it seems to be the safest place for you because nobody's shooting into it. And you get all the way down to the end of the canal and you have Sir Alexander, and you were actually very close. Basically, where the canal terminates, actually there's another sewer grate that goes into Winterhold Keep.
Winterhold Keep is the prison. No, it's not the prison. It's the is that where the tadpoles are?
Ilfang Prison, you don't really know. According to the guard and the records, the Ilfang Prison was the place where the tadpoles were.
Yeah, but then they were told that we weren't here. They were in another guard post,
which was in Ilfang
Keep
Prison.
They left
Winterhold
him.
Keep is where the palace is.
Oh,
Yeah, we left them.
well, they may be exploded.
Doubtful. We are very, very survivable motherfuckers.
We can't go into the castle. What? So we're going into the castle. That's all there is to it. That's where this canal ends.
That's where this canal ends. There's like every 30 or 40 feet, there are ladders that get you up into the other parts of the North Docks on either side. So you could potentially get out of the North Docks, get out of the area around Ilfang Prison, move back through Winterhold's Keep, the general neighborhood with all of the mansions and lieutenant governors' houses, back through that area, back into the Star Innes district, back into what many would consider to be the main portion of the city.
Or go into the prison.
Not the prison. You just came from the prison.
Go into the castle.
Yep.
Okay. And I want to be in the castle. Is the problem? I want to be in the castle. Alyssa?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could get him home safely?
That depends. What crazy idea are you scheming?
I'm not scheming. It's just I have other things that I need to look for. And this is very good opportunity. Is there a way out through the castle that I think is quickest?
A way out through the castle?
Yes.
So the way that Winterhold's Keep is constructed, it basically, like, think of a fort, and there's like four big walls, and on either side of those walls there are mansions or manses where the houses of the lieutenant governors, the governors, the mayors, all from all over the kingdom. It's where they have their homes, where they live whenever they're conducting business for the government in Ashcaleen. Then there's the main palace, and the main palace is where the queen, the king, whoever else lives, all within the keep, which is the walls.
I think most people in the palace are probably vampires, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So might not be the best idea to go in there. But also might be the quickest way to get through and out safely. Can I talk to Daddy?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh.
I believe I gave Kalisa Bardic Inspiration.
Huh?
It's a 13.
13. What do you say? You can either DM me this, or you can say it out loud here. It's up to you.
I go through really quickly what I saw in the prison and what I think, and I'm like, the cultists, and I think there was a werewolf, and they looked like they were passing information, or possibly maybe making some sort of sacrifice, and I can get into the castle right now. Should I go, Daddy?
There is no response.
Just wait, it's Kitty's voice.
Okay, you can totally do your thing, Dr. Manovel.
Beautiful, you guys are okay. Where are my tadpoles?
The god got killed before he even got there. Honestly, they're probably in the castle.
I made a promise, and I intend on keeping it.
Listen,
Do you have actual information that they're in the castle, or is this kind of like a feeling?
Okay, so your tadpoles are something that's going to take over the world, yes?
Not exactly.
That's what you said?
Not as exactly.
That is what you said.
They are going to destroy the world. There's very different.
Okay. Well, Queen is currently trying to take over.
So we have two problems, but one is immediate.
What do you think would be very useful for the Queen? Something that might destroy a whole bunch of things, or
Fluoride would help with the ganglions of hers. It would destroy all the plaque. No, we're going in a different direction. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, we're not on the same page.
I love how Dr. Manovel's mind immediately goes to dentistry.
I know it. I know it well. Okay.
The real BBEG is gingivitis.
Make sure you're flossing.
Moral of the
Alindra
story
is
is
super
remember to
lost.
brush, kids.
And looks to Kitty.
What does she say?
She messages Kitty in his head and says, "Are you Bahamut?" She's like, I don't know who to believe right now.
There is a brief pause. And you do hear the voice. Oh, no.
Are you uncle?
Well, that's a very silly thought.
I wouldn't dare to impersonate one such as that. I'm a creature who prefers not to take a side in the fights of this world.
Oh, you're chaos.
I'm the exact opposite. Well, not the exact opposite, but I don't choose sides. I just like who I like.
Do you know what's
Meanwhile,
happening here?
Kitty begins to stroke their ears, and then they sort of wind their way back, and they're still listening and looking at you, Alindra, but they're sort of just relaxing. The intense, anxious moments seeming to have subsided. You say what again?
Do you know what's happening right now? And that is not about the ships.
That's you're actually saying, and it's not about the ships.
I'm not saying that, but I'm hinting more towards what the reason that I'm here.
There's another pause. Kitty looks at you very intensely and says,
Listen.
The voice changes ever so slightly to have one a deeper resonance.
Listen, Alindra, this city is lost. The mortals here they're playing a little bit of catch up. The city's fate is sealed, and the gods aren't listening.
The other side is.
But they've only sent you. And you're limited by yourself.
I have my father.
There's no response.
If we leave, there's a chance right now that the city is lost. And that's to everybody.
If we stay, we can also be lost. We need to get him his father. We promised him. We gave our word. I would rather hunt down those tadpoles another day.
I'm not talking about your tadpoles. I'm talking about every temple here being taken away, so no gods can come back. No gods will have a foothold here anymore.
Oh, they will. You can be sure of that. But it's not going to be pretty, and you will have no protection at that point. So, regardless, this world will be lost. I am telling you this.
Don't dismiss me so easily.
I will never dismiss you, my friend. I know the severity of the words you say.
What does Kalisa think about all of this conversation?
Well, it's like I said from the beginning. I don't care. I don't have a side. I just want my circus.
I look at the cat and I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
This is the perfect person for this cat. Oh my God, just the indifference is beautiful.
But I also promised to a little boy.
We promised we'd get him out. Not that we would bring him back.
Look at him.
You might not have, but I fully intend to bring this man back. However, I understand how important this is for you. I will get him as far as I can on my hoverboard. You guys go ahead. I will catch up. If it's this important to you, I absolutely will. We need to get him out of here, away from the fire. He's
higher low.
bad.
You should do that. I was really hoping you said low, so I would go with you.
I can get them pretty far. And Sir Alex, I will accompany you to as far as I can get you, okay?
You can get me outside. If you can get me outside the city walls, I think I could hide in Scarnborough for a little bit and then try to make my way
But
north.
while he's talking and monologuing, I am already on the hoverboard and I cast haste on myself, doubling my movement to get this man as far as I possibly can.
I throw my healing potion to you.
Catch it very coolly as I exit scene.
Okay, Dr. Manovel, you grab Sir Alexander and haul him onto the board. He very weakly sort of grabs you around the waist and lower chest as he steadies himself.
Ignore any slime or mucus on this ride. There we go.
You streak off into the sky, gaining altitude and speed very quickly. There's almost a whiplash effect as you're suddenly going faster than you've ever gone on this thing, ever. Alindra, you and Kalisa are standing in the canal in water with Kitty. And you look up and you see them on the hoverboard, and they sort of almost disappear ever so slightly in a shimmer, and then and that is where we will end tonight. Thank you all for watching. Please join us next time when we see what happens with a split party.
Maybe Phenomenal can make it back in time.
Love you. Hope you have a great week. See you soon. Bye.